Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's good with everybody? Good morning. Hope you guys had a wonderful evening. Let's chop it up about this boxing. Platinum Alkaline Water, good morning, man. How are you? All things in the building. What's happening with you, man? Good morning, Martin, in the chat. Peace and blessings. Smash the like button. Please smash the like button. Dapper Douglas in the building. What's happening? The great Just Do Boxing. Good morning, Just Do Boxing. Says salute Fanon, the OG, and respect to the chat family. Absolutely, man. Shout out to you. Isaiah Yahil Israel. Shout out to the noobs. What's going on, man? Say, yo, I'm up early this in Las Vegas to catch the show, Fanon. So much going on in boxing, so many changes. Where do we go from here in 2024? Salute to my noob and to the chat. Yes, sir. Shout out to the fight. Shout out to you, noob. What's going on? Cadillac 634 in the dough. What's good, sir? Edwin Volaton. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Gilbert Jimenez. What's going on, man? Be easy. Fight game. What's up, fight game? Jason B in the building. Tio talking crazy. Well, you know what, man? Honestly, Tio's doing what Tio's supposed to. I don't have a problem with Tio's doing. I have no problem with what Tio's doing. None. All of the 135-pounder, all those guys, is like I said, is club clout chase out there. That's all they do. It's what they all do, with the exception of. Really, with the exception of Gervonta Davis, and I think Shakur Stevenson is a little less prone to do it too. They all do that stuff. But you know, the proof is in the pudding, man. Those guys are only one weight class away. There's no reason he shouldn't be calling them. That guy's Terence Crawford is a 3-belt holder at 147 pounds. Teofimo Lopez is a 2-division champion, and he's at 140 pounds. If he plans on moving up to 147 pounds, who else are you supposed to want to fight? Now, the things that he's saying, that's some whack shit for sure. Brandon House, what's going on, man? Yeah, Tio is on his book. Yeah, I mean, look, man, I'll take it. I'm going to tell you, man, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Make the fight. At least he ain't talking about Mario Barrios. You know what I mean? I like it. Those guys are starting to talk like they're going up to 147. I like it. I don't have a problem with it, man. Tio can, and honestly, now maybe a little while ago I would have, because, until Teofimo looked that good in his last fight. But I don't have a problem with it. Especially since that's what everybody's doing, man. Everybody's doing it, but they're not doing it to Terence. They're not doing it to Terence. What's going on, Jacker One? Fred the Gig. What's going on, Big Ron? Detroit in the building. What's going on, Brandon House? Michael Winters. What's up, man? I'm chilling, man. You know what it is. I'm chilling. I can't complain. Up early in the morning. I got up and early in the morning and did my walk this morning because I want to be productive today. And so I did that. That was dope. I feel a little tired, a little dragging a little bit this morning. But at the end of the day, man, it's all good, man. I'm blessed to see another day. I'm blessed to be able to talk this boxing with you. Asante L said, it's Club Couch Chase, man. Them dudes is fucking ridiculous, bro. Bill Haney got mad. So Bill got mad. Nah, man, why you talking about Terence? Why you ain't talking about Terence? They all should be wanting to fight Terence. What's going on, music and boxing? Shout out to Nigeria, man. What's going on, Frank the Gig? Can we get some real fights? Now it seems like people are avoiding. I mean, look, man, it's the beginning of the year. Everybody's got fights. I don't know how many people are really avoiding it. DJ OC in the place to be. What's up, man? Hey, DJ OC. Dog, do you remember that girl that I used to date when back in high school? They used to work at the Wendy's. Used to work at that Wendy's out like in not in Palatine, but somewhere up north, man. Man, that she crossed my mind, man. She crossed my mind, man. And I was like, man, I know DJ OC remembers her. I don't want to talk about Haney today, man. I don't want to talk about the great clout chases of boxing right now. What's up, DJ OC? We'll see. Since there's no more Showtime platform, what's up with Gervonta Ennis? I don't know, man. We'll see what's up with him. I'm sure he's highly sought after. If he's got any sense, he'll stay right over there with the crew that got him where he is. You got to go to the PBC, man. You got to go to the PBC, man. What in the hell would Eddie Hearn has not done anything for anybody in the United States? You're going to get some checks and you're going to get a bunch of Euro bums to fight. And when it's time, and if there's a big fight that gets made, they won't pay for it. I have no clue why he would go over there, but maybe he will if they give him enough money. I don't know. Martin Ennis posted to Bud, send the contract. We will see. Oh, you know what it is. He said, send it and he'll sign it. Yeah. I saw that, man. I saw that. Yeah. He's going to retire first, man. He ain't fighting that. Come on, man. He ain't fighting that, man. He ain't fighting that, man. And I don't blame him. Yeah, I saw that, Bees. I'd be easy. I saw that, man. I saw that. Give me 1 second, though. Send the contract. So obviously he didn't sign to the rumor that he signed with Matchroom is not true. If he's saying send the contract because Terence ain't over there. What it do, Joshua? What it do? Yeah, man. Oh, that's just hilarious to me, man. DJ OC. I just was thinking about that the other day, man. I wonder whatever happened to her, man. She was a really good person. Fanon, Pitbull calling out Ryan. What that mean for that he's not fighting him? People done cried about the fight so much that the fight's not going to take place. Gervonta doesn't want to fight him. So many people, man, they've been crying tears over that fight for so long. Hey, P, what's up, man? Nobody's going to get cooked anymore, man. These guys gave up. They called Uncle. What up, bro? I hope you get to cook somebody today. I love watching the cook. Nah, they're not going to allow me to do that anymore, AP. I heard too many people's feelings. I did have a good argument, though, with a friend yesterday, and that was my guy, Rick Timms. Hey, man, has anybody seen Fahim Sator? Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. If you, hey, man, I don't know what happened to her, man. Would be nice to say hey to her because, you know, she's a really good person, man. She's a really good person. But then again, you know, I don't really need to say hey. But yeah, I'm sure, you know, she probably married, got 4 or 5 kids by now. All the stuff that happens, you know, over the course of, you know, 36 years or whatever it's been. Crazy how time flies, man, you know. Fanon, make a prediction. Who the hell Tank fighting most likely that will be big, like they say? Richard Paris, man. Every fight that Tank has is big. Whoever he wants to fight is going to be big. Every one of his fights have been big for years. So every one of them. I don't know. I really think that the best fight probably for him that it would be in order to be really big is Teofimo Lopez. But Teofimo is going to be at 147 pounds, man. But my prediction would be somebody like, I'll tell you who I'd like to see him fight. I'd like to see him fight Shakur. I would like to see that. 1 second.
Terence Crawford took to the internet to say, hey, last time I checked, we...
Give me 1 second. What's going on, Big Dre? I heard Frank Martin is for the I said that I hope so. Frank Martin would be great. That would be a great one, too. That would be a great one, too. Big Time Gaming says, Super Chat Thursday. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you, sir. He said, hey, Jason Fewell said, Fanon, good morning and salute chat. Been getting that bag to pay these bills, but glad to catch you live. Hey, man, you got to get the bag to pay the bills, man. That's a must do. This back and forth was funny between Bud and him. Good luck on your fight. Focus on him because he can fight. Hey, hold on, man. Who is this dude fighting, man? Who is Teofimo Lopez fighting? Who is Teo fighting, man? Oh, Ortiz. Yeah, he does need to focus because Ortiz can fight. Yeah, I agree with that. He does need to. Yeah, I forgot Jermaine Ortiz. Yeah. That is a good fight, man. That is a good fight. No joke. That is a good fight. That's actually kind of a risky fight for him. That's good competition. Jay Milts in the building said, good morning, Fanon, in the chat. Just a little green for the superb boxing convo. Appreciate the content. Thank you, Jay Milts. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you, sir. Everybody's saying Smith is stopping Beterbiev this week. Dude, what are they on with that shit? Look, man, I'm going to tell you, man, Jason B., if that, and he better look really good against Beterbiev, man. I have no idea, and maybe it's just me, but I think Callum Smith sucks. Callum Smith is long, he's tall. Where's this big power that they're talking about? Where are you getting all of a sudden that he is going to knock out Beterbiev? Like, where is this? Fewell said, hey, check the show. I checked the show the past couple of days and see you got the sanctioning bodies on speed dial. Yeah, man, you got to keep the rules right next to people because they lie so much. Like, I don't get that, man. Like, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? I'm telling you, I think that's probably the most disrespected fighter in all of boxing. Big Dre, Super Chat Thursdays. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah, but I'm sorry that I have not been able to deliver any smoke for you guys because really, there's nothing to deliver, man. These dudes just don't. A lot of these guys just full of it, bro. A lot of dudes just full of it. And Aisha, thank you, ASAP, for Super Chat Thursdays. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you to the regulars that make it matter. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you. And my guy Be Easy said a little something for Cash App Thursday. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I wouldn't mind having a panel today, though. I wouldn't mind having a panel today. That's why I put that link up there, man. You don't got to argue with me, man, in order to have a conversation, man. We can chop it up. I'm gonna pull the dogs off. Okay. No more. Hey, thank you, Aisha. Thank you. Donnell Smith said, first time on your chat, but watch your podcast every day. I really enjoy your show, especially when you start going off. Yeah, man, it is. Great job, brother. Thank you, Donnell. Yeah, man, I appeal to people with short tempers and not a lot of, I don't have a lot of patience, man. It's a shame that more than one platform is putting out bullshit. Yeah, it is. Because it doesn't help anything. It's just muddy in the water, man. It's just muddy in the water. It's a bunch of games. Barbara D in the building. Thank you, sister. Said Cash App Thursday. Thank you for the $10 holler, sister. Thank you. William Ferguson said, why you got to be biased and a liar? I'm not a bias. Can you please explain to me why you say that? There's a link right there at the top. All you got to do is press that button. And you can explain to me when have I lied? I don't recall lying to you. Nor do I really think I have a bias. I don't like Devin Haney fans. I have to admit that. I don't like you. If that's a bias, I have a bias against people that just make shit up as they go along and tear down other fighters consistently. I don't like it. I'm not going to go along with it. But feel free to let me know why I'm biased and a liar. Just let me know what I lied about, and I'll correct it. Matchroom has more dates for Gervonta to build his career and push his name. Really? Who have they built? Nobody watches that shit. They have more dates. What about viewers? What about viewers? What about viewers? Name an American fighter that they built at DAZN? Whose career they had pushed along? A United States fighter. One. Mike Wilson. How can I help you, Mike Wilson? Whose career they had pushed along? You gotta take off that you gotta put that stuff on mute.
What the fuck wrong with you?
Dude, you gotta put that stuff on mute.
It is on mute, motherfucker.
You want me to fuck your mother?
Hey, you bald-headed milk dud motherfucker.
Nigga, that shit is not funny, dude. That shit is corny.
Looking,
bro, that's corny as shit. That's a corny ass joke, bro. You're not even funny.
Hey, bro, though. Fuck you, nigga.
Okay, you want to fuck me? That's what you want? You and your mama? Y'all got some kinky shit going on over there. You got some kinky shit going on over there, huh? What's wrong with you, man?
Hey, real shit.
You want to talk? There ain't nothing real about you, dude. You want to talk boxing or not, dog?
What you be up here talking about, man?
Look, dude, no, I don't give a shit what you think about me, dude. Do you have boxing you want to talk about, man, and not this corn shit you want to do?
Yeah, I do. I need to know what narrative you trying to push, man.
That your mama's a prostitute. That's my narrative.
Your mom should have swallowed you or spit you on the wall.
Your mama did swallow me. You fucking bozo. Your mama did swallow me. You not funny, man. Thank you for your time, bro. What's going on, man? Hoyt Alston, what's going on, man? How can I help you, man? Oh, thank you, brother, for your support, man. The link is at the top, man. Hey, Fred, the gig, it's on the top, bro. It's up there at the top. Dog, that shit, you're not funny, man. You're not funny. My mama should have swallowed me. Fuck. You guys with the dude, some of y'all. Hey, there's the link up there up top, man. Thank you for calling in. That was funny. He is hurt. They are hurt, man. They are hurt. Now I'm demonetized though, so I'm glad it's Super Chat Thursday. Because now I'm demonetized because I had to tell him that. Fanon, tell him his mother has peanut butter legs, soft and easy to. I'll use that next time, bro. Will the psych was okay? Here we got games today. He's probably going to show a penis. How can I help you, man?
Bomb squad, bitch.
Bomb squad, bitch. Bomb squad. Bomb squad, bitch. Man, y'all are wild today. Y'all are, come on, man. Here's the link. And the link is up here for more. Come on, I need some more of this. Hey, just for standing on your square, dude. Hey, man. Oh, these dudes ain't disrespectful, man. They're clowns. This is what it's dissolved into. These are Devin Haney fans. These are the fans. These are the fans in the comment section. Y'all are wild boys. Daryl in the building, man. Thank you, sir. Much love for the $25 holler, brother. Thank you for supporting me, man. Yeah, man. Y'all can come on today. I don't care, man. Come on back. I could care less, man. As long as you're not. Hey, after that one dude that kept showing pictures of people's Johnsons, whatever, man. You know, come on, man. I don't. Here's the link is in the chat for any and every one of you guys. I don't care, like for real, man. Why you lying? Why you lying? Why you care? Tell me why I'm lying, man. Tell me why I'm lying. Let it all out Thursdays. Yeah, get it off your chest, sir. Come on. Get your 5 seconds of fame. Anyway, man. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. It's the weight loss that's doing it to him. Man, thank y'all for y'all support, man. Seriously, man. But anyway, let's get back to real conversation. Thank you, Virgil Wembley. Thank you, sir. Cup of Tears Thursday. I would like to see to Fred the Gig. Okay, I see your face. You can cover it. You don't have to show it if you don't want to. If you're good, it's cool. Fred the Gig, how can I help you?
What up, Fanon? Hey, it's Jig, Fanon. Fred the Jig.
Oh, Jig. I said Jig. Didn't I say Jig?
Nah, you said gig, like G-I-G. But it's all right. It's all good. Hey, Fanon.
Like a mug.
Hey, salute to you, Fanon. I've been watching you for a while, probably about a month or so. I just kind of stumbled across your channel, but I really like your content. I know there's other people that do things against you, but what I like is I think you keep an even medium. You know what I mean? When you're talking about boxing, and I think you give got a well-rounded platform for people to discuss any boxer on your channel.
Yeah,
rather than the biasness. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Is there anything specific you want to talk about today?
Yeah. Terence Crawford. I think people like they doing my boy bad right now. Like, and what I mean is like everybody acting like he isn't a legitimate, real champion, like true top champion to me. And I mean, when they saying like everybody was no good by the time you fought him and stuff like that. I think that he was people was running from him for a little while earlier. You know, like say the Keith Thurmans and stuff like that, the people he don't want to fight no more. You know what I mean? Because they ran from him earlier, supposedly. Let's say it like that, supposedly. But that's how Terence Crawford feels. So I really want to see some good fights this year. I hope that people stop running for Shakur. I hope Shakur is healthy to put on good fights. I hope that, you know, when we get Tank Davis and somebody that's meaningful, you know what I mean? No crazy. Not saying that he, David Haney, come on, fight the top challenger. I think he should fight somebody top. I think he should, like, I thought he was challenge Terence Crawford before
Who's that?
Teofimo Haney. I'm saying the
Oh.
way he was talking after the fight, we can move up. Look at what happened. You know what I mean? They talk like that a little bit after the fight. So I'm like, man, Crawford. I think he'll destroy Haney. To be honest, I think people just don't know what they asking for right now. You know, I think he's just hungry, and he's a really good fighter. And
Yes, sir.
and I ain't seen nobody like recently give him a real sturdy fight. So he needs a challenge. Maybe it's Ennis. I like Ennis. Sir?
Terrence?
Yes, he needs a fight.
Yeah, Ennis.
He needs a good fight.
Ennis.
Yes, I think that's the best fight you can pick for him.
Yeah. I would love to see. I want to see. I mean, and hopefully if everything okay with Errol, and there was something going on in the next fight, man, we may get a much better fight with Errol and Terrence. Telling you, man, I wouldn't be surprised if that fight winds up being a lot more competitive the second time around, man, because Errol doesn't strike me as a liar, unlike a lot of people, where I just get the sense that they just, you know, like if I trust somebody and I believe that they're not somebody that's just going to say any old thing, that they're more prone to tell the truth. I tend to believe people that tells the truth across the board more so than I do people that I keep catching making shit up. So Errol to me has a reputation, in at least my mind, is that he's an honest person. And I don't think that he's just making stuff up or people are around him are just making stuff up. So we may very well see a much better fight next time.
Yeah, I agree. I'm agreeing with you on that because I'm hoping that, hey, we can is it anywhere we get an Ennis fight with him with Crawford and then still get the Errol, or just stuck with Crawford can't do nothing until Errol's healthy?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't think, first of all, I don't think you're going to see Terence Crawford do anything other than Errol, because Errol is where the money is.
I understand that.
And so, you know, and then like almost everybody is low risk, is high risk, low reward for him. Other than Errol, because Errol is, considering what he did in the last fight, lesser risk because he knows what he's in there against, but much higher reward. And other guys may be low risk, low reward. You got a bunch of guys that are low risk, low reward. You got a guy in Duran that is high risk, low reward, high risk or medium reward. And you got a guy that's medium risk, high reward. So he's probably going to wind up doing the Errol Spence Jr. thing. And I will tell you, I do think that I think that there is a chance that Errol took his sweet time getting that surgery. And it's like, look, man, okay, we're going to wait around. We're going to make sure I'm 100% correct and all of that before I get back in the ring. But it's not as if, and I saw somebody jumped off. I'm going to let you on in a second, the dude that was right behind. But hey, let me move to the next dude, brother. Please come back, Fred the Jig. Fred the Jig. And I'm sorry, the Gig. I don't know why I would say Gig. That shit don't even say that at all. But Fred the Jig, thank you, brother, for coming by, man.
All right, I appreciate you, sir.
Yes, sir. Peace. Psych Ward's Finest. How can I help you, sir?
Yeah, what's up, Fanon?
Oh, I'm chilling, man. You in the Psych Ward, or are you trying to be funny?
Yeah, I went crazy after Spence got his ass beat, man. I'm a huge PVC fanboy. I'm also bald.
Mike Wilson, how can I help you?
What's up, man? I'm here to talk Terence Crawford too, man. What's good, man?
All right, man. I can't complain about a thing, brother. Hold on one second. Virgil Wembley in the building said, what's up, Fanon and chat heads? Here for all the smoke. Keep cooking, brother. Top show on the internet. Thank you, brother. Thank you, sir. Yep. So you want to talk Terence Crawford? Go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
Why you always hating on my boy, man?
I never hated on him.
Yes, you do.
How?
Have you ever said anything positive about him?
Yeah.
What?
He's the number one pound for pound fighter in the world.
Who? Come on, man. Come on now.
That's not positive.
That's the only thing. Come on. What else? What do you talk about? Come on now.
What else I say? He's a great family man. I love how he takes care of his family. I love how he takes care of cats. I love what he does in B&B Gym, and the fact that he centered his gym in the neighborhood that he grew up in, Nebraska. I like the fact that he keeps people around him that he's had around his entire life. I love how he had that parade and gave people in the Midwest and specifically in Omaha, Nebraska, a big win for their community. I love how he shows commitment to the sport of boxing. I love how he shows commitment to his family, keeping his wife, having his kids, and being around and being in the lives of his children. I've said all those things.
Is he the best fighter in the world today?
I just said he's the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. I said yes. I've said that for the last 6 years. I've said that probably for the last 6 years.
No, you haven't. No,
yes, I have.
No, all before that Spence fight, you never had one.
I had him
to say about Terence Crawford.
Excuse me, sir. I've had Terence Crawford as the number one pound for pound fighter in the world since Andre Ward retired.
Then why is so much negativity come from you though? I look at your page.
What's the negativity? See, look, let me help you with something, Mr. Wilson.
No, you can't help me with nothing.
Excuse me, Mr. Wilson. You just accused me of never saying anything positive about him, and I ran off.
Man. That's just some shit you're saying right now, bro. That's just some shit you're saying right now today.
It's shit I've said. It's what I've said the entire time. You can ask anybody in the chat.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious. I've had him number one pound for pound. I've had him as the number one pound for pound fighter in the world since Andre Ward retired. Yes, I have.
No,
I said that he should have been fighter of the year. He should have been fighter of the year instead of Vasily Lomachenko, when Vasily Lomachenko had only beaten one guy in his weight class, and Terence Crawford had become the first undisputed champion since at the 140 pound since Bernard Hopkins.
Okay, who's your fighter of the year this year?
Terence Crawford.
You sure?
I've said it multiple times. Yes. What do you want? You want me to get on my knees and give him a blowjob or something?
You do that for Spence. You do it for
I literally gave this dude, said he was the fighter. You don't know what you're talking about, man.
Say it again then.
I'm not saying shit you tell me to say. Why don't you tell me how I hated on him? How did I hate on him?
My man, I go to your videos, man. I watch your
How did I hate on him?
I'm telling you right now. Let me talk, booty chin motherfucker. Listen to me.
I'm a booty chin?
That's what you got. Your chin like an ass crack, motherfucker.
Dude, no, I'm just... What? You're not funny. This shit is not funny, bro. I'm telling you, show your face. I guarantee I'm better looking than you.
Shut up.
Show your face. Show your face.
Looking at me.
Show your face.
Your face look like a booty.
Dude, man, and it smells like, and your mama's face smells like my booty. Oh, shut your dumb ass up, bro. You sit up here, you literally have nothing to say.
I said enough. Got you talking. Look at you. Look at the camera. Look at you, boy. You look like a coon. Uncle Tom ass motherfucker, you. Hey, that's what I said. I'm up here fucking your show up. Look at you. Yeah, that's right. What you know, big nigga got some sense. Yeah, it's my show now. Yeah, call this the Mike Wilson show. And I'm here fucking it up. We talking boxing. Terence Crawford, the best boxer in the world. Probably the best boxer ever. And I don't care what you're talking about, because ain't nobody doing it better. And you, man, shout out to Coach Malachi. He the best in the business. Coach Malachi, Bernie the boxer, the boxing voice. Them my guys. Fuck you. Fuck the rest of the motherfuckers. Hey, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about Eagle. And I don't give a fuck about Blue Blood either. You ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. I'm
Anything else you want to get off your chest, son?
Shut up. I ain't done talking. It's my show right now. I let you know you can talk. Now, right now, keep drinking out your little Hershey cup. You ain't got shit in there. You just acting like you're drinking. You entertained yet? Hey, send that cash out. Mike Wilson. Yeah. You know what it is. 88. I take cash apps too, motherfucker. And I'm here fucking your show up. Fanon. You just a fanon. You're a fan. You're a fanatic. You're a fan of man. Look at you. You appear on your computer in your mom's bedroom with pictures on your wall. Boy, you're looking foolish. Look at you. Little piss-colored motherfucker. Look at you, ain't no real brother like me. Yeah. Hey, y'all. It's a new sheriff in town. Unsubscribe. Go to True Media. He the man, Coach Malachi. True. He gonna give you that real deal. Or the boxing voice. Them the two. For sure. 100. And you know it.
Debo Jones, how can I help you?
Yo, I just seen that weirdo.
R. Hernandez, man, what's going on, man? How you feeling, man? We need daddies in our lives, man. I just want to let you know, man. That's why you need to take care of your kids. It's why you need to take care of your kids. It's that simple. Take care of your kids. This is what non-paying boxing fans do. This is a house nigga for sure. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm a house nigga. I got that. I'm in my house and I'm a nigga. I got you. Nate Jeff says, Shaolin in the building, Bud and Spence, my favorite fighters. Hope them all the best. Thank you, brother, for your support. Teofimo don't want that smoke. Yeah, he does. Teofimo Lopez, absolutely. Why wouldn't you think he wants to smoke? I'm telling you, I want to see Teofimo Lopez and Terence Crawford. Want to see him fight. Want to see him fight. I like that he called that dude out. I think that's a very, very good thing, man. Hell no, Fanon. Cook these fools makes no sense. Look, man, I'm not bothering my time with idiots. That mean if he's a fucking buffoon. Dude, he's a buffoon. They're all a bunch of fucking buffoons. It is what it is, man. I'm not about to they're just buffoons. What can I say? They're clowns. They're minstrels. They want to make you laugh. They want to make you giggle. I'm not into that, man. I want to talk boxing, and I'm going to give you my opinion on boxing. Terence Crawford is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. I've said it for years. I've given Terence Crawford every bit of credit that I could possibly give Terence Crawford. My thing is I'm not going to give you any more credit than what I think that you deserve. And I don't know how much more credit I can give him. You guys are buffoons. You're just minstrels. I mean, and I will tell you, to be honest, young black man or older black man or whatever you are, I would much rather be a coon than a minstrel. Any day of the week. I'd rather be somebody sitting up here with looking down my nose at black folk than put on tap dancing shoes and act like a fucking buffoon. I don't know how you can be a fan of Crawford after his fans coming after you sideways like this, Fanon, because Terence Crawford's fans are not Terence Crawford. I like Terence Crawford as what Terence Crawford is. He's a great fighter. Terence Crawford doesn't know what I say about Terence Crawford, and I don't blame him. Terence Crawford is busy being Terence Crawford. He doesn't spend his days listening to what I have to say. He'll hear what somebody tells him that I say, and he'll get in his feelings about it. But look, man, I'm also going to tell you the truth. And not everything about any particular person is going to be 100% pleasant. You know? Thank you, Nate Jeff. But look, the link is in the chat, man. Maybe some of these buffoons will tire themselves out. What's going on, Windy City Assassin, for the demonetization? Thank you, brother. Thank you for that support, bro. Zula Lion said, Teo beat Josh Taylor. That's pretty good considering Taylor almost had the Crawford fight. Yeah, I mean, look, my thing is with Teofimo Lopez, I would like to see the fight. Teofimo Lopez is a much better fighter than people are giving Teofimo Lopez credit for being. I think Teofimo Lopez probably kind of, he hit a little bit of a hurdle, obviously, with the George Kambosos fight, and then he came back with Sandor Martin, and he didn't look good in those fights, but he came back on top with Josh Taylor, who was a top pound for one of the top pound for pound fighters according to most people. So if he was a champion at 135, he's a champion at 140. If he moves to 147, why in the world should he not want to fight Terence Crawford? Terence Crawford is not God. He's not somebody that, oh no, how dare you? Like, you can't complain on both sides of it. You can't complain that people didn't want to fight you and complain that people want to fight you. That to me seems like a little bit, doesn't that seem odd to you? On one hand, you say to leave me alone, don't call me out. But on the other hand, nobody wants to fight me. It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Antonio Ben said, hey, Fanon, respect to you, sir. Some cats are uneducated and don't value what that word means, which is why people look at us like this. No, man, let me tell you something. People will call you a coon because they think it hurts your feelings. I don't care if you think I'm a coon or an Uncle Tom or whatever. Who the fuck are you? Like, who are you? What do I care? If you think that I'm ugly, so what? Who cares? Who are you? I don't know of anything that you've accomplished in your life or any value that you bring to my life that would make me care what you think about me. Who cares? 99.9% of the world don't know me at all. Don't know anything about me. Don't think anything about me. Your piddly ass is not going to make me feel guilty why you won't even show your face. And even if you did show your face, you still wouldn't. I'm just going to try to practice having thicker skin and listen to you insult me for a couple minutes. Oh, psych ward's greatest. Okay. If that's what you say. Crawford fighting for the bag and only the bag. Look, Terence Crawford is going to fight Jaron Ennis. Terence Crawford is going to fight Errol Spence Jr. and he's going to probably continue to fight. Who at welterweight does T.O. beat? Boots, Thurman, Ben, etc.? I don't know. Who he beats. I think he could probably beat a lot of people. I think he's a little small for 147, honestly. I think he's a little small for the weight class, honestly. How many good fights do I think he has left? 4, 5? 4 or 5, depends on how many he has. 4 or 5. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, man, I think the fight for him is Jaron. Aside from Errol Spence, but I'm telling you, man, I think you guys are sleeping on Errol. I think you guys are really, 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 truly sleeping on Errol Spence in this rematch. I favor Terence Crawford to win the fight, but I'm telling you, man, you guys' confidence, your confidence and in disrespect of Errol Spence Jr. it's out of proportion with and your dismissal of him I think it's too much. I really think that it's way, way, way too much. I don't think he has, I don't know how tall. I think he looks significantly shorter than these guys as well. I don't even think Tio's that tall. I'm just saying, man, I think that is a real thing, bro. I think that's a real thing. That people are underestimating Errol Spence Jr., making a joke of the man. You know? 5'7", 5'7", 5'8", yeah, something like that. But look, man, it is what it is, bro. I got my Spence shirt today. It's man down for life. Ah, yeah. Hey, man, I'm a big I'm a big Errol fan, man. I like Errol a lot, man. Anyway, man, so y'all not gonna click the link, I know, because little kids, you're done playing in the sandbox. Anybody that really wants to talk boxing, man, come on, man. Like I said, I'm here. You can jump up here and talk. You guys show the mentality of the people. I have yet to have anybody come up here and be able to have a conversation with me today without playing a buffoon. I think it'll be a trilogy. That would be great. Vidi Vici said rematches are usually predicated on adjustments. Errol has a chance. I'm not sure if he'll be able to make any significant adjustments to beat Terence Crawford if he's a better fighter. I mean, we'll see. I'm just telling you, man, I think you guys are underestimating Errol. I think you guys are, I believe there's truth to what he said about the reason why he performed in the way that he did. And you guys are just assuming that that's not true. I think that's a dangerous assumption to make. I think that's a dangerous assumption to make. A really dangerous assumption. And I don't know the man to be a liar. So I'm going to take the man at his word. It's going to be a much better fight. I think it will be a much better fight. I'm hoping that it's a much better fight. I'm hoping that everything that was said about Errol and him not being correct, and I'm hoping it's all true so that we can see a better performance and we can see a better fight. And Errol can give a better account of himself. And if there was any injury or anything around Errol Spence, Terence Crawford that was not up to par physically, I hope the best for him as well. He can dismiss it, but that I listened to what he said. But dude, you're not going to check for that. Joe Frazier I don't even want to give you guys steal so much of my content, man. Like some of y'all just steal too much of my shit, man. Like every time I'm about to say something where I think it's any type of real insight, somebody puts it on a video within the next couple hours. So on the real, man, I like that's the frustration I'm feeling right now because I've some things I want to say, but at the same time, you guys are just blatant thieves. You guys are such blatant thieves that I don't feel like giving you anything to steal from me. But I will tell you this, man. They stole it. What are you talking about? They stole it. Man, they stole a bunch of shit this whole week. But anyway, LaMarcus Robinson, what's up? Anyway, for Terence Crawford, look, man, I know full well that you can go, people like, watch this, man. There's literally a guy that got into the ring with an aneurysm. According to Tony Weeks, somebody got in the ring with an aneurysm against Virgil Ortiz this weekend. You're telling me that Las Vegas is not going to allow you to get into the ring with a cataract? Dude, it's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. Will you all please think for yourselves? Think for yourselves. Truth be told, Fanon got me into watching boxing. Thank you, Tay. Really? 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 The nerve. Anyway, Nick Bawley said $100 million in cash flow, not stopping for nothing. Yeah, dog, they're not stopping that, dog. You know, they're not stopping it. Yeah, okay. Man, please, people get in the ring with all kind of stuff all the time, man. All the time. If Spence got in that ring knowing this beforehand, then that was a terrible choice of him. No, it's not a terrible choice. The man made $30 million. Dude, they're fighters. They're fighters. Everybody goes into work. Man, this morning, you think, dude, seriously, man, I sat up there listening to those buffoons talking to me like embarrassing them, trying to embarrass me every day. Somebody gets out and tries to embarrass me. Dude, you just have to continue to work, man. You have to. He has to work. Errol has to work. I didn't sneak this anybody. Fuck you talking about? I'll sneak this you. Click the link. I ain't sneak this anybody. The nerve. Do you think we will see Ryan fight Rolly Romero anytime soon? Feel like that would be a good fight? Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the next fight, Mr. Hernandez. I think that's probably going to be the next fight. That's who I believe is going to fight next. That's who I think. And Will Ferguson, you're out of my life, homie, because you don't want to click the link. You're probably one of those trolls, man. You're one of those trolls that didn't jump up here. You're a YouTube fanboy. To be a fanboy of a boxer is one thing. To be a fanboy of a fucking YouTube channel, what kind of miserable fuckboy are you? What kind of to be a fanboy of a YouTube channel? You gotta be a sorry summon a Mitch to be a YouTube of a boxing channel. You fanboys, man. And dog, let me tell you something. If the shoe fits on any of these dudes, fuck them. And I mean that to the bottom of my heart. I don't get to see everybody that does videos. I watch almost nobody's videos. The only videos that I watch are Fight Hype, Fight Hub, BFTB, YSM Sports Media, Manager Marty, and some other people like here and there, Upper Echelon, Just Do Boxing. You know, I watch them. And I really don't spend a lot of time watching them. I just don't have the time because I got another project. But let me assure you, if the shoe fits, fuck you. And if you don't like it, double fuck you. There you go. And I mean it. I get disrespected by these dudes on a regular fucking basis. I fuck with Southpaw too. KO Boxing 86 TV, fuck with him too. I don't get to watch Boxing Ego very much, but I got a lot of respect for Boxing Ego because Boxing Ego minds his business. He does his work. He minds his business. I don't ever catch Boxing Ego lying. I've never caught Boxing Ego lying. I've met him in person. Seems like a very, very nice guy. A very genuine person when I met him. Genuine person. Got nothing but respect for Boxing Ego. I don't get to watch him, though, because I just don't. But I got nothing but respect for that man. Nothing but respect for that man. Nothing. I mean, it is what it is. I'm just saying, not everybody's your cup of tea. That's fine. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And I don't YouTube, I'm not a YouTube thug at all. I'm not a YouTube thug at all. I'm not a thug at all. Not thuggish, but fuck you. If you don't like me, what? I'm telling you the truth. That's how I feel. If you don't like me, fuck you. Go away. I don't care. What are you bothering me for if you don't like me? You don't like me. Go away. Does that not resonate with you? If you don't like me, keep my name out your mouth and go away. If I don't like you, I'm going to keep your name out of my mouth, and I'm not going to go around you. That's what you do with billions of other people. Leave me alone. Anyway, just bounce. Here the problem is, though, for you. The problem is that a lot of people do like me. And let me tell you this to anybody that ever has confidence issues. Let me give you a piece of advice to help you with your confidence issues. Focus on the people that do like you and not the people that don't. I have a lot of people that like me. A lot. A lot. And I can say that. And I can say that confidently. There are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that like to hear what I think about boxing and about other things. That's the problem. The problem isn't that you don't, the problem is not that you don't like me. The problem is that you don't like that other people do like me. That's the problem. So why should, and I'll say any of these guys, why should they care what I think about them? There's a lot of people that like Champside. And I like Champside. I think he's a talented young man. I think he's a hardworking young man. I like him. No problem with Champside whatsoever. So I'll say his name. I ain't got no problem with it. There's a lot of people that like that young man. Why should he care about what I think about him? What difference does it make? If you've got thousands and thousands of people that listen to you every day and want to hear your opinion and want to engage with you, who cares about the people that don't? That's why I don't like, that's my only problem with Terence Crawford. Dude, there's thousands and thousands of people that like you, man. Why do you keep focusing on the people that don't? Focus on the people that do. Why do you care if somebody says something doesn't give you credit about the people that don't give you credit? Focus on the people that do. Deal with your loved ones. You don't deal with your haters. You don't spend time on your haters. You spend time with your loved ones. That's how you feel bring some happiness into your life. I'm just telling you. So anybody else want to call me crazy? So what? Like for real. So what? Who cares what you think about me? I don't give a shit. I don't even know you. Anyway, though, man, why are you on here trying to threaten people? Trill, Pete. Man, ain't nobody threatening, man. Whatever, man. I can get hit by a bus tomorrow. What is your threats going to do to me? Anyway, they want to be just like you. Hey, all things, thank you, man. Hey, look, man. It is what it is, bro. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. So blessed. Do you know who's a fan of mine? Guess who I found out was a fan of mine? Tommy Hearns. Tommy the Hitman Hearns is a fan of mine. What could you possibly say to me about boxing ever again in life, knowing that Tommy the Hitman Hearns likes my channel, likes to hear me talk boxing? Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Dude, I don't care what none of you. Dog, I'm there. I'm fucking there. You can say whatever you want. I'm there. I'm there. I've achieved. I have achieved. When somebody can tell me Tommy the Hitman Hearns likes you, he thinks you're good, he loves what you have to say, there's nothing any boxer could ever say to me ever. You can't say shit to me. Nobody can say shit to me. Terence Crawford not liking me doesn't mean shit. Now that I know Tommy Hearns likes me, dude, Terence Crawford knows me. Errol Spence knows me. Deontay Wilder knows me. What do I care about y'all? I'm a boxing fan. Dude, how many people have this? You think your mama jokes are going to move me? I'm counting my blessings. I'm counting my blessings. I would have never thought that that would have been possible. Never, ever, ever, ever. And that is worth more, so much more than your criticism of me. What can you say to me as a boxing fan when I have the respect of that? And even Terence Crawford respects me enough to say something to me. I'm happy. Mr. Pragmatic likes me. Mr. Pragmatic supports me. Wendy, I can go down, keep going, keep going. All of these people support me, and you think I'm going to care because you jump on my channel and start cracking mama jokes? Nah, I'm not. And guess what? I'm no better than you. But I for sure ain't no worse. I ain't no better than anybody that's listening to my voice right now, but God dang it, I swear to God, I ain't no worse. So who are you to talk to me and tell me something? You ain't my mama. Anyway, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. So click your link. Bro, you are a race baiter though. What is that? What does that mean to race bait? I'm a black man talking to black people. What is the race? I'm not baiting anybody. Click the link and explain it. What's the race baiting? Because some fucking monkey called me that? I'll use Bill Haney's terms. A little spook that sat by the door said that about me. I'm a race baiter. I love black people, bro. Fuck you. Because that's me. And I will always represent black people the best way that I can. And I will tell the truth. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Hey, I support you too. Gong me up. Thank you, Brock Howard. Thank you, brother. You're a race baiter, though. I ain't race baited in my life. Never. Hey, what's going on? He said, for the BS you just had to deal with, shake my hand. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Oh, it's the same dude I kicked out. Oh, it's the same dude. It's probably the midget himself. It's probably the midget himself. No joke. It's probably that little mini me. It's probably mini me himself. Love the show. Honestly, keep up the great work. Thank you, Mr. Brimmer. It's probably mini me himself. He's a fan. I got a morning show, bro. They listen. Fanon, I call you FCF fact checking. Fanon, stay on course, my brother. Thank you, Mastermind Design. Don't forget to play the race card. Oh, yeah, support me because I'm black. If you love black people, you will put $100 in this Cash App. Big Ron, I did. Big Ron, let me go back to it, sir. Oh, I'm sorry, I might have missed it. No, I got it. Big Ron. Cash App Thursdays. Thank you, brother. Hey, Rick Tim's got me doing this. Rick Tim got me bringing my fingers together on that. Hey, man, look. It is him. And it's a fucking fan of mine. Big Dre in the building. What's up, Big Dre?
What's going on? What's going on this morning for Non? I was hoping to get the show back on the rails.
I'm on the rails. I'm having a blast.
We seem to come off the rails this morning. Man, these clowns is killing me. I jump on thinking I'm going to hear some talk about boxing, and we got clowns in the building. But over the last couple of days, I've been watching a lot of different channels, and one guy, I don't remember who he was. It really doesn't matter. Was talking about the state of U.S. boxing, and he said that there's a decline in viewership and interest because we don't have a U.S. heavyweight. I was wondering what your thoughts were on that.
I think the United States boxing is the #1 country in boxing, and it has been the #1 boxing country in boxing for, at the very least, 130 years. I think we have more champions than anybody else in boxing, and that we continue to dominate the sport of boxing. Far and away the best, and there's not even a close second. But the second one is Mexico. I think a lot of people try to sell that idea to try to build other areas like the UK. UK has fewer world champions now than they've had in the last decade. Okay. They have the fewest. UK boxing, they kept saying, well, the UK, they have the fewest world champions that they've had in a decade, I believe, because they only have, I think they may have 2 or 3. I think they only got 3 world champions in the UK right now. I think one is the cruiserweight, Tyson Fury, and I think there's a guy, there may be one, I think there's one in Joe Cordina at 130 pounds. I think those are their only 3 world champions. The United States of America has entire weight divisions locked down. We've got the entire 135-pound division locked down. We got the entire 140-pound division locked down. We got the entire 147-pound division locked down. We had the entire 160-pound division locked down. We've got half of the 168, almost all the contenders at 168 pounds there. At 175, the Eastern Europeans got that one. We got a bunch. A lot of these weight classes, and we would have even more if they didn't add so many weight classes. If they didn't add so many different belts and so many different weight classes to water the sport down, it would be even more apparent. And so that's my take, and I think that they keep pitching it, but I think that is designed to prop up promotional companies that have more fighters that are not from the United States. That's what I think.
Okay. I had another question, and I sort of derailed my train of thought this morning. But you were talking, well, I'm going to get back to something you were talking about yesterday with Teo being undisputed and the different belts. And the sanctioning, if I think I heard this correct, and I think I read this correct, because I went back and looked at the rules, and you read them 3 or 4 times yesterday. If a fight is sanctioned, that is the sanctioning body giving permission for that belt to be on the line, which means it would transfer to the winner because the sanctioning body said so. That's their rule. They sanctioned the fight. They agreed for that belt to be put on the line, and that's you don't have to. It's I'm guessing it's agreed upon that they would bestow the belt or transfer the belt to the winner.
Let me help you right here. Okay. Don't pay attention to any of that. That's just bullshit that Frequent Flyer was throwing around to try to confuse people. That's it. What Frequent Flyer was attempting to do, and shout out to Frequent Flyer, I haven't seen him today because Devin Haney's name's not in the title. What he was trying to do was say that there's a difference between the WBA super belt and the WBC franchise belt because with the WBC franchise, you have to petition to get it. But the WBA, you don't have to petition to get that. And what I was saying was it doesn't matter whether you have to petition it or not, that if the issue is whether or not it has to be granted to you by the WBA and by the WBC. The WBA used the word granted, and the WBC used the word bestowed. In any situation, it doesn't matter because you still have to the champion, the sanctioning body is the one that decides who their champion is for the sake of Undisputed. There is no body, and by that I mean no sanctioning body that officially names an undisputed champion. It doesn't exist because boxing is decentralized. Decentralized means there is no center. There is no organization that says these are the rules. Those are 4 different organizations who have no formal connection with each other whatsoever. The idea of Undisputed is a media and a fan creation because they want.
It just means you hold a belt from each of the sanctioning bodies.
It means that you hold. Well, first of all, there is no true definition. People, I could say, well, it's only undisputed if I don't dispute it. So the word undisputed title was originally undisputed champion should really be applied to only a sanctioning body, that there is no dispute in it because they fought each other. But what they mean really now is a 4-belt unified champion. That's what they mean. It's a unified champion. It's a 4-belt unified champion, that they unified the 4 belts of the sanctioning bodies, that they are the champion that has been named or designated by each of the 4 major sanctioning bodies. What is a major sanctioning body? A major sanctioning body is someone that the media and the fans recognize as major. So, for example, if you say, who is the IBO, International Boxing Organization? That's a sanctioning body, but that sanctioning body is not recognized as such by the other sanctioning bodies or the media. So since they don't recognize it, it doesn't count to most people as a unified title. But all of that is just us talking. It literally is no more. It has no more. It's no more concrete than if I got up and I said, here's my pound for pound list, or here is who I think the major sanctioning bodies are. There's no official organization that names it. That's why when Rick Timms was talking to me yesterday, and he kept saying, well, why doesn't it say it on any list? Whenever anybody asks me about the list, I ask them, what list? There's no list. Well, Wikipedia. Does Wikipedia name the NBA champion? No. You go to the NBA. You go to NBA.com. They have a president that runs the organization, right? Even though they're separate teams, all owned, right? All owned by different people.
Right.
By different people. They have 2 conferences, right? They have 2 conferences, but they have a group that they call the NBA, the head office of the NBA, that is the one that all the owners report to. So you have Adam Silver, who's the commissioner, and the commissioner is the one that oversees that organization, and they make the rules that apply to everybody. Same thing with the NFL. The NFL used to have the NFC and they have the NFC and they have the AFC. There is the National Football League that sits above it, right? So there's a center to it. Same thing with hockey, same thing with baseball, but there is none. None.
In boxing.
In boxing. That's the problem. So that's why when I talk to Rick, I'm like, what is the rule we're going to use? What's the rule? And the rule is that if you are named the champion by the 4 sanctioning bodies, then you are undisputed. If that's the rule, that's the rule. Let's apply the rule. What's the issue? It was Devin Haney undisputed. What's the rule? The rule is you are undisputed if you are the champion, named the champion by the WBA, the WBC, the WBO, and the IBF. If each of those sanctioning bodies name you champion, there is no dispute amongst the sanctioning bodies, and you are the undisputed champion. Is that the rule? Yes, that's the rule.
That's the rule, because each sanctioning body has said that they will recognize a champion from each of the other major sanctioning bodies.
And they will recognize it as a unification. And when you look at their rules, they don't say they will name they don't say they will recognize. They will recognize a champion named by that organization that they recognize. They have to recognize the other sanctioning body. That's the only thing that they do. They recognize that sanctioning body, because anybody can make a sanctioning body up. And they say, well, look, in order for under our rules for us to consider this a unification fight, then these are the ones we recognize. The WBA, the WBC, the IBF, and the WBO. They recognize those. Dre, you leave? All right, you can come back, man, when you pop up. Anyway, so if you apply those rules, then who is undisputed? And that's all I'm saying, because that's the only way you can do it in a fashion that is consistent, that is predictable, and is repeatable. That's a rule. Is there any? That is how you should determine any rule. What is the issue that we're talking about? What is the rule that we're going to apply to everybody? And then what are the facts? You apply the facts to the rule, and you come up with a conclusion. And there is no way that you can apply that rule and not have Teofimo Lopez being undisputed, not have George Kambosos being undisputed, not have Devin Haney being undisputed. There's no way that you can apply that rule to those facts and you don't come up with those guys being undisputed. And that is where we as boxing fans are manipulated, and that is where we mistreat fighters. Oriental Pacific Federation, North American Boxing Organization, North American Federation, American Boxing Association titles. Are you undisputed? Big Supreme, is that a serious question? Mr. Pragmatic, what's going on, man? What's the rule? Support Super Chat Thursdays, please do. Get up here and test me. Get up here and test me. What's ridiculous, Big Supreme? What's ridiculous? What is ridiculous, Big Supreme? Please explain this to me. All right, no worries, bro. Please tell me what's ridiculous. There's nobody on this planet that can get around that. There's no way you can get around that. What I just said. It is foolproof. It is foolproof. Yes, Kambosos was undisputed. Absolutely, positively he was. You can click the link, Big Supreme, anytime you want, or you can be quiet. I will walk you through the paces. How do you become undisputed? How? If you say he's not, you have to know why he's not. In order for you to know why he's not, you have to know why anybody would be undisputed. I mean, you guys don't have to like these things. You don't have to like it. You do not have to like it. You want to like it. That's what you want to do. You want to like it. You guys want to like it. I don't like it, but I don't like it. Big Supreme, go away. Neither can the dog. That's not part of the rule. The WBC said he's their champion. You didn't explain shit, and you're out of my life unless you click this link. I'm tired of talking to dummies, bro. You can't be. You're dummy. You're a dummy. You're a hard. And you know why I say you're a dummy? Because you're a hard-headed. The WBC names the WBC champion. Period. The WBC named him champion. But they said, who cares? It's irrelevant to the rule. I don't know how many times you want me to say it. Yes, he was. And you don't have to like it. Did the WBC name him champion? Did the WBC say he was their champion? Did the WBA say he was their champion? Did the IBF say he was their champion? And did the WBC say, did all four sanctioning bodies say that George Kambosos was their champion? Yes. So then you're undisputed. Fuck what you want to talk about. You niggas need to go to jail. I'm seriously. Y'all need to. One of these days, y'all gonna go to jail. Go to jail. Take your asses to jail. When these guys do not put, when they have a rule on the books and they don't feel like enforcing the rule for you, take your ass to jail. But that's not the rule. I don't care. I don't like the rule for you. I don't like the rule for you. We don't like the rule for you. Well, I don't like it though. What do you mean? What do you mean? I stood my ground. It says in the law that I can stand my ground. I was in my house. Somebody came in my house uninternalized. They didn't have the right to be in my house. They threatened me. So I took out a gun and I got rid of them. And now you want to put me in jail for murder, but the law says, the rule says that I can stand my ground. Why can I not stand my ground, but that guy can stand his ground? Why? And the judge says, because I don't like the rule for you. I don't like the rule for you. I don't like the rule for you. Because you said that you would never shoot anybody. I have you on tape saying you would never shoot anybody in your house, even though you know that there's a standalone law. So since there's a stand your ground law, you said in your house on videotape that you would never shoot anybody. So since you said you would never shoot anybody in your house and somebody came in your house and they threatened you, but you did shoot them, then the law doesn't apply to you because you said something different. You guys are some fucking hypocrites. Apply the rule to everybody fairly. What is the rule? The WBC gets to name their champion. You don't get to name it. Ring Magazine doesn't get to name it. BoxRec doesn't get to name it. Boxing Scene doesn't get to name it. Terence Crawford doesn't get to name it. Bill Haney doesn't get to name it. Beauchamp doesn't get to name it. You don't get to name it. The person whose decision it is as to who their champion is the WBC. And the WBC said Teofimo Lopez was. And the WBC said George Kambosos was. And the WBC said Devin Haney was. Devin Haney was named the WBC world champion without ever fighting for it. And guess what? He was the champion. Why? Because the WBC said so. You don't have any problem with Devin Haney being named to be the WBC champion without fighting for it, do you? Your selective application of the rules are your problems. You Devin Haney fans, you guys do not apply rules equally to people. You're hypocrites. And I'm telling you personally, I don't like it. What are the rules? And how do you apply the rule to somebody? No matter who it is. No matter who it is. And I talk till I'm purple in the face to you clowns. All men are created equal. Yeah, but not you Negroes. All men are created equal, except for you guys. Because really, you're 1/3 of a man. Nah, we're not going to count you as a man. Why? Because you got color in your skin. What does me having color in my skin got to do with me being a man? Well, I don't like you because I said so. That's why, because I said so. Because I said so. You guys want rules to be applied unevenly to you, but you're okay with it for Teofimo Lopez. And you're okay with it for George Kambosos. But you want everybody to treat Devin fairly. You guys are some blazing fucking hypocrites. Debate that, you bums. Race bait that, you bums. The rules don't apply to some fighters. We all know this. That's the boxing. No, the rules apply to all fighters. The question is whether or not you are going to or not. Now, if you say, for me, undisputed means that nobody on the planet disputes it at all, well, then guess what? There is no champ. There is no undisputed champion. There will never be. Anybody else? Anybody want some? Anybody want some? Or you want to talk me in a circle for an hour and a half like Frequent Flyer does? Oh, hey, Alyssa Bumgarner going to be over there at Top Rank, bro. Alyssa Bumgarner heading to Top Rank. She going to get off and go to Top Rank. So they got to understand you got to talk ninja to them, and they don't forget to add the MF so they hear you. Look, man, I get really, really, really like tired of you people. When have you ever said anything? When have you ever, what was that? What'd you say, you moron? What did that moron say? What have you ever said good about Terence Crawford? What have you, I said he was undisputed. I mean, come on, man. You just made that up. You never said he was undisputed before. Ain't that what you said, you moron? Isn't that what you said, you moron? I think he's the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. Who did you have as fighter of the year? Terence Crawford. You're just saying that right now. You never said that. You got a butt chin. You are a fucking buffoon. You went to butt chin. Hey, man, but I've lost weight. Y'all can see my cleft in my chin now. That's why I wanted to shave my beard, because you can't see my cleft if I have my beard. I like my butt cheek right there. I like that, dog. I like that. Women find me, actually, the only person that ever said they really liked it was my sister. She's like, oh, that adds character to your face. But anyway, Marcus Priest, how can I help you, Marcus Priest?
What's going on, Fanon? Happy New Year, bro.
Happy New Year to you, sir.
Yeah, so I think I understand what you're saying, and I somewhat agree, but I think at the end of the day, just the WBC is just confusing. So the way I understood it, when the franchise belt came out, Sulaiman said, and I'm paraphrasing, that this is not a championship belt.
Dude, please hold on, Marcus. Please. Mauricio Sulaiman said very clearly, Teofimo Lopez is our champion and is undisputed. There's no confusion in that.
So what belt did Devin Haney have?
He had the WBC World Championship.
And then, okay, so Timo had the franchise belt.
Correct.
Okay, so my thing is, and I didn't hear or understand the switch And I think that's the confusion with
Do you know that there
everybody.
was? Do you know that there was a switch?
Well, I know what he said first.
Do you know
I
what he
didn't hear.
said about Terence? Do you know what he said about Teofimo Lopez being undisputed? Do you know that?
No, I don't.
Okay, so stop. I will show it to you.
So that's my whole confusion of
Well,
when
let me get rid of the
when
confusion.
yeah, when he first said what he said about what the franchise belt was, and then he switched the franchise belt to whatever it is now. And I think that's a lot of people's confusion.
Do you have
Because
kids?
Devin,
It's not confusing because if I explain it to you and you still find it confusing, you want to be confused.
no, I don't want. Why would I want to be confused? They don't
I
put no
don't
money
know
in my
why
pocket.
people. I'm just going to tell you when I show you this. When I show
I'm
you
looking
this.
at.
When
Okay, I'm
I
looking at
show
it.
you this, and if you are still confused, then that I do believe is willful confusion. Because I'm going
Yeah.
to show you right here where he says it.
Okay, that's my only thing. Like I heard what he said first. I didn't hear what he said second.
He said,
And
this is what he said first of all, speaking about whether or not you can transfer it and all that does not speak to whether or not the champion is undisputed. Because the WBC was very clear that the reason that they gave Teofimo Lopez, they gave Vasily Lomachenko the franchise championship was so that they could have bigger fights and that they could unify belts. The purpose of excuse me, sir. The purpose of the WBA super belt is to allow people to unify. The purpose of the WBC franchise belt was to allow champions to unify. But here we go, right here, so we don't have to have any confusion. This is Mauricio Sulaiman tabs Lopez as the top WBC champion at the weight. Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed lightweight champion. Sulaiman told Akin Barak show, and whoever beats Teo, if there is someone who beats him, must be called undisputed. So this is Mauricio Sulaiman. Now, well, let me tell you what Mauricio Sulaiman does also. I have spoken to Devin and his father, and I think the franchise designation was created recently by the WBC. The idea and purpose is to provide the best fights for the fans, and I'm very happy this year with the lightweight division that was achieved. Through the franchise naming, we got to see a fight between Teofimo and Lomachenko. We saw Devin Haney recovering from his injuries to fight Gamboa. We also saw Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. I understand the confusion and perhaps the frustration, but we take the path of watching the best fights. I respect Haney. I'm very proud of him. I'm very close to him. It's just a matter of all of them getting in the ring and forgetting all of that discussion on social media. Get in the ring and show who's the best. That's what we want to see. So Mauricio Sulaiman very, very clearly stated that Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed champion and Devin Haney is not their top champion. Do you now understand what Mauricio Sulaiman said?
yeah, I do, bro. I do. Like I said,
So
I didn't.
Any more confusion?
No, I didn't hear the second part. But like I said, the confusion is on their part. So basically, it was two world.
He's not confused at all.
So it was 2 world championship belts.
Yes, just like the WBA, there are 2 world championship belts for the WBA. Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the confusion.
Are you confused about Teofimo Lopez, about Devin Haney being, before Devin Haney dropped the belt? Were you confused about who the champion was, Gervonta Davis or Devin Haney? Were you confused by that?
What belt?
The WBA. The WBA had 2 world champions. One is the WBA Super World Champion, which was Devin Haney, and the other one was a WBA World Champion, who was Gervonta Davis. Were you confused as to who the world champion was there?
I wouldn't say I'm confused, but at the end of the day, like Mayweather said, it's just too many belts out there. It don't really make sense.
That's a judgment. That's a judgment, though.
Okay,
Whether
well,
you
then, I mean, but you know, that's my whole thing, and that's where a lot of the confusion comes in. Like, I hear what
so
you're
can
saying.
we work to get unconfused?
Yeah, so I mean, I
my
hear.
purpose right here. I'm gonna be just real with you, Marcus. My position here is to get you unconfused because I'm not confused.
I hear what
at
you're
all.
saying, and I'm not disagreeing. Like I said, I heard what Sulaiman said the first time about the franchise belt, and then he came out with something else that you just read that I didn't hear, and I didn't do my research. So I don't have like an axe to grind or, you know what I'm saying, a dog in a fight. Like, I want this particular fighter to be the world champ, this, that, and the other, whatever. But like I said, if you make a belt for a certain reason and you switch, and I understand that they can do it, you know, but you just switch on the fly. Like, I made it for this reason, now it's this. Like, it can be confusing to the fans, you know. And at the end of the day, I mean, that's all I'm talking about, you know. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, you know, I understand they're creating all these belts to get more sanctioning fees and this, that, and the other, whatever, but that's why a lot of people are confused. Like, you know, like, who's this and who's that? And, you know, it's weird. It don't make any sense. You know, and I understand that you're saying, well, you know, you just don't like it. You know, it's just the rule and this, that, and the other, whatever. But, you know, as a fan who buys fights and purchases fights, and, you know, and that's why boxing itself, you know what I'm saying, went downhill as far as in America.
I'm sorry, brother. Excuse me, sir. This is not confusing at all. And I have now, for the first time, went back to his original statement about the franchise belt. People are misleading you because he stated it very, very clearly. And in fact, let me read what he said, because he was very clear. This is for Undisputed. And honestly, man, sometimes I do people a disservice because I don't always want to go back and actually pull these things up. But let me share something with you. This man very clearly said this was about unification. Very clearly.
But he also said initially
I'm telling you what he initially said. This is Sulaiman Stamps Fern on creating the franchise title explains the concept. This article was written was written 2 years ago. The WBC introduced the franchise boxing concept, a rule, a couple years ago. The franchise boxer is a special designation, privileged status, which the WBC may bestow to a current WBC world champion, which means you right here, you have to be a current world champion who is also elite boxer who has achieved and maintains the highest stature in the sport. Under the rule 3.26, in its discretion, the WBC may, upon a 2/3 vote by the Board of Governors, designate in each weight class one franchise champion. A franchise boxer enjoys special status with respect to his mandatory obligations, holding multiple titles and competing for titles for other organizations. Right there tells you. Now, this is their rule change. Initially, the WBC established the franchise privileges were conferred and not won or lost as a result of the outcome of a bout. As a rule of importance, the WBC has modified its franchise rule so that it reflects the realities of our ever-changing sport. Just an example, the NFL, for example, continuously adjusts its parameters and introduce innovations such as adding one game to the league schedule, Now, let me tell you what exactly the reality is that would force you to convert in a ring. The fact that you have a WBC world title a WBC world champion. If you have somebody that fights for the WBA, the WBA franchise championship, like Teofimo Lopez, and you have a world champion, WBC world champion, like Devin Haney, what would Teofimo Lopez earn by fighting Lomachenko for the WBC franchise title? What would he earn if they did not give him the franchise title?
If they didn't give him the franchise title,
say Teofimo Lopez, you have a franchise champion, Vasily Lomachenko, and Vasily Lomachenko is unifying against Teofimo Lopez, but the WBC does not allow Teofimo Lopez to become the WBC franchise champion if he wins. What choices does the WBC have as it relates to Teofimo Lopez if he wins that fight?
I guess just to designate him a world champion and just make another belt.
They got to do one of two things. They either have to give him the franchise or they got to strip Devin Haney and give him Devin Haney's belt. It's impractical. They have to confer it. Otherwise, they charge the man 3% of a sanctioning fee for nothing.
Yeah, I hear you, and I get that.
But so he's being but here's the thing. If we're going to have conversations about boxing, let's endeavor to remove our own confusion. What other people's confusion, you can do very little about. But understanding what transpired and understanding it for ourselves is important because nobody's really having a hard time understanding the same concept for the WBA and the WBA super champion and the WBA world champion. Are you hearing anybody being confused over that?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think their presidents came out and said, what Sulaiman said that the belt was and what it was designated for.
It's the same structure. But the WBA has said, the WBA said the same thing that the WBC said. The super champion for the WBA is our major championship belt when we designate for somebody. The WBC said the same thing. I think you're focusing on a sub point that is irrelevant. Whether or not it gets transferred in the ring or not, what difference does that make?
I mean, for me personally, when Sulaiman said what he said and him being the president of the WBC, I looked at that as valid. And I went off of that when he said that.
So do you still think what he says is valid?
No, I mean, because he changed his mind. Yeah, he changed his mind.
Why do you have why in order to be valid do you not get to what part of where do you see that rules never change?
No, it's not that. I mean, like I initially told you, like I didn't hear the rule change. When I seen him in that interview and he said what he said, I thought that was what it was. And when
so now that you know that they changed the rule, and what difference does it make? Let's say the original rule was still in place, and that it wasn't transferred in the ring, that they waited 2 weeks, and they waited the next day, and then they gave it to Teofimo Lopez, and they didn't put it up in the ring, that they gave it to him the next day and named him the WBC champion, WBC franchise champion. Let's say they kept the same rule. Okay, just for the sake of argument, let's say they kept the same rule. Wouldn't Teofimo Lopez still be the WBC franchise champion?
Yeah.
And wouldn't he still be undisputed?
I mean, under the first law of the franchise belt, no.
Yes, he would, because the WBC franchise is bestowed upon a current champion in order to facilitate undisputed. And the WBC said this is our number one champion.
But it's some. But it's a
See,
belt
this
that you
is
have to
what I'm
put.
saying, Marcus. You just don't want to.
No, it's a belt that you have to. It's a trophy that you have to petition
How do
for.
you determine?
It's
It's
not
not a
something that you can win.
it. It is somebody names you the champion. They name you the champion. If you're named the champion and they say you're my champion, you're their champion. That's how
Yeah,
you know who their champion is. Did Devin Haney win his belt, his WBC World Championship in the ring?
no.
Wasn't it bestowed on him? Wasn't it just given to him?
Yep.
Wasn't he the champion?
Yeah, he was the world
So
champion.
why can't they just give it to Teo? Why can they give it to Devin, but they can't give it to Teo?
I don't know. Like I said, it's just confusing that
It's not confusing. You understand full well, Marcus. You know they gave that title they gave the WBC World title to Devin. Devin didn't win it in a ring. He was given it.
Yeah.
It's fake.
Yeah, I know that.
Is in at 147 pounds. Isn't Ennis the IBF World Champion?
Sure is.
Did he ever win that fight? Did he win that title in the ring?
Nope. No, he didn't.
So you understand that they can give somebody a title without them ever getting in the ring. You do understand that.
Yeah, of course I understand that part.
So you should understand that the WBC can give a franchise to some belt with somebody without them being in the ring too.
Yeah,
What's the difference?
I mean, I got it. I got it.
And
You know,
got it. Get a kid his credit.
No, I'm not trying to discredit Teo.
Is Teofimo Lopez the undisputed champion? Was he undisputed?
I mean, I guess.
Thank you very much. So yes is the answer. Yes.
I mean, under all that,
yes.
Yes, he was.
Thank
yeah.
you. Appreciate
I guess
you.
he was. All right.
Yes. Have a great day, brother. Appreciate you.
All right.
Love the conversation. Black Parrot, much love, brother. Thank you, man. I got a lot of respect for Marcus Priest. I have a lot of respect for Marcus Priest. He was willing to do something that people are not willing to do. Give the dude his credit. You can't have a rule work a certain way for Devin and not work for Teo. Just wait, what was confusing? It's just not confusing at all. And if it is confusing to you, click the link and let me explain it to you. Because I'm not confused at all. I don't find it confusing, not a lick. I find it very unfortunate, but not confusing. I find it unfortunate, but not confusing. And I really wish you guys would give that kid his credit so that we can give the people that you actually like their credit when it's time. You are working against yourself when you have unfair standards that you hold people to. Derek Choice, brother, goodbye. I don't even want you no more, bro. Goodbye. How in the world is that Devin hate? What's going on, K Boxing DC? What's going on with you, sir?
Ain't not much, brother. I just been sitting here, going through all the, what I consider to be, to tell you the truth, a bit of hoopla that Mauricio created a while back when he was seriously on his Canelo Alvarez tour when he first created this whole franchise thing and all the confusion and everything that came about. And don't get me wrong, I get it when you say that, you know, these, you know, sanctioning bodies and these agencies do have a right to make adjustments or make changes to their programs, just as organizations like, you know, the NFL or the NBA have a right to make rule changes or whatever, because sports do change, things do change. You know, in spite of what people think, the boxing game is growing as well. However, through all of this, one of the things that I've always used as a bar since the turn of the century, around 2000, 2001, is when Wikipedia got in the game real heavy, not just with boxing, but with a lot of different, you know, organizations throughout the world, and monitoring and keeping record of events and things that occur. And to this day, whenever someone tells me that somebody is undisputed, although, like you said, there are really no charts or boards or anything, because each sanctioning body has their own thing, and they decide who their champion is, and this and that of that nature. Up until around, what was it, 2007 or whatever, when the WBO came in. Before then, there was only 3 sanctioning bodies, and although, you know, organizations like the IBO and stuff was around, they're not recognized as major entities. So there were fighters like Tyson and, you know, Bo and fighters like that, because those belts weren't available at the time, that in Wikipedia were listed in the 3-belt era as undisputed champions. And it's one of the reasons why now today, every time that subject is brought about, most of the announcers have been relegated to specifying the fact that the 4-belt era, this is the 4-belt era. Now, what I see, and I'm looking at it from my own personal point of view, so I don't want anybody to get this twisted or whatever, is what I saw through all of this is I saw a man who's always been, to this day, and it's because of a lot of the fighters and their ideas about that sanctioning body, the WBC taking charge and becoming like the ideal. And you hear fighters like, you know, you've even heard Earl and different fighters mention over the years, oh man, I want to get my hands on that green belt, that green belt, that green belt. When the fact of the matter is, you know, they weren't even the original sanctioning body. Okay, because we all know that the WBA actually been around a little longer than them, but it's always been Mauricio. It's already, yeah, the WBA been around longer than them, than all of them.
Yep.
And they were there. The only thing that's subsided them was the New York Boxing Commission's what was considered to be the championship belt at that particular time. Okay, so, but everybody knows what Mauricio Sulaiman's game plan in recent years has always been to, it's one of the reasons why he always jumps in the ring every time there's a unification bout or anything going on. What he always does is he immediately has that t-shirt ready and has his green belt ready, because regardless of the fact that the fighter just won a WBA belt or a WBO belt or IBF belt or even an IBO belt or whatever, he wants the world to see that, okay, put this hat on, throw this t-shirt on, because it's all about the WBC. And some of us historians, okay, see it for what it is. Now, Fanon, I love you. I love your show. Always have. I've always followed you. Haven't always been monetarily and everything in a position to contribute like I like to and everything, but I've always followed you since your inception and everything. But I have to say, and I don't like to use the word but, because it, you know, one statement that was made was so true that everything after but really is bullshit. I would just like to say, however, okay, when Mauricio Sulaiman came forward with this so-called format of the franchise, like the young man was trying to express himself and say, is that he was eating his own words from what he announced initially. And so much confusion was being brought about. And a lot of this, again, stemmed back to his love and support of Alvarez, that it started to filter over to other weight classes and other fighters. And it ended up in the lap. It just so happened at the time, with his also love for Loma and the disappointments that Loma's losses brought basically threw a wrench in all of his plans, okay, is when he started to backtrack. Because one of the things Mauricio also said through all of his changes and his adjustments, okay, this thing about that belt being won, he also said the WBC franchise belt cannot be won in the ring. The belt has to be awarded. It has to be earned. And Canelo Alvarez earned this status as the franchise champion and everything. So that's where we somewhat pump our brakes.
No,
you know, when we start talking about the franchise belt being won or passed over to another fighter.
Hey, boxing, let me be very clear about what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the following. When we talk about who the undisputed champion is, the undisputed champion is the person that holds the titles by the 4 major sanctioning bodies. I don't like that there's more than one sanctioning body. I know the history of the sanctioning bodies. There's the NBA, the National Boxing Association. They changed their name to the WBA because the NBA, the National Basketball Association, started coming and becoming, started getting bigger and bigger. So they changed their name. Then the WBC.
Remember, it was also not to cut you off, but remember, it was also the New York State Boxing Commission.
No, it was the New York State Boxing Commission separate from the National Boxing Association, because the New York
absolutely it's the NBA which became the WBA.
Let me go through it, because I'm telling you I understand what you're saying. But every time that there is a major sanctioning body, it is because the other sanctioning body recognizes it for the purposes of undisputed, for the purposes of unification. Because really there is no undisputed, there's only unification. There's a 2-belt unification, a 3-belt unification, and a 4-belt unification. If you go through the rules, because that's by trade, that's what I do. I read the rules. I'm much less concerned about what somebody says out of their mouth than I am when I'm looking at a rule that is written down in their rule book. You hear U.S. presidents say this is what we're creating a law for, and they're out there saying it. But when you read the rule, the actual effect of the rule that they write is much different and much more wide-ranging than what they tell the public when they got a mic in their face. But the issue is, who is undisputed? Not whether or not I like or agree with the franchise belt, or whether I agree that Mauricio Sulaiman, changed his opinion or what I think had happened, which is that he always intended to do that. He just rolled it out piecemeal. He has the WBA super belt and the WBA super belt, and he wanted something like the WBA super belt. So he rolled it out. Listen,
well, Mauricio doesn't control the WBA.
He has
the WBA.
There's the WBA.
He has the WBC
I know.
franchise belt.
I know. The WBA Super Championship was in existence. It was created in the early 2000s. The WBA,
Correct.
you realize there had not been a WBA super champion before Vasily Lomachenko in 10 years?
Correct.
The last one was Juan Manuel Marquez.
Juan Manuel Marquez.
So the first person
Correct.
in almost a decade to get that WBA Super Championship was Vasily Lomachenko. Bob Arum is the one that wanted the entire lightweight division to be held by Top Rank. So Bob Arum doesn't want to have the WBC, a PBC fighter, him to have to fight a PBC fighter, or for him to have to fight a matchroom fighter. And you have all kind of issues about in-house fighting and promoters not wanting to fight the fighters of other promoters. And the fact is that the WBC's bills are paid by the promoters. When we're looking and analyzing why exactly rules are made, you have to take the promoter into consideration. But at the end of the day,
absolutely.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't really care for the sake of the conversation about what is undisputed. Undisputed is when you're the champion of the 4 major sanctioning bodies. And that is what, and when the WBC, whether it was Mauricio Sulaiman or whether it was his father before that, when they make a rule for the WBC, that's their rule, that's their champion. And I can't illegitimize a champion that is named by the WBC because I don't like how they did it. And I can't illegitimize or say it's not legitimate when they change their rules and say, well, I'm not going to recognize a champion because they don't have 15-round fights anymore. The WBC originally, when it was created, had championship fights that were 15 rounds. They also had, I also do believe they had judges. They didn't have 3 judges. They had 1, the ref.
Correct.
They also didn't have weigh-ins the day before. They had it the same day.
The same day weigh-ins. We all know that.
So if I have to recognize all of these rule changes from the WBC, I'm not going to stop on this one. You got to recognize the rules. But anyway, I got another guy, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you, K-Boxing. Please come back again, bro.
Oh, yeah. Every chance.
All right, man. Get back, sir. Thank you. Shout out to DC, by the way. Yes, sir. My bad.
LA.
All right, man. For sure. I like that. Intelligent dude knows his boxing history big time. Like that. Always can learn. You got Big Supreme. Hold on one second, Big Supreme. Cal Coolin in the bill said, correct me if I'm wrong, Martin, but didn't the super create an equal amount of confusion when it was created, with the difference being there was no YouTube and social media around for people to raise hell about it? I'll tell you this, it created a lot of confusion for selective confusion for major boxing organizations, for major boxing platforms that wanted to count the WBA World Championship as a championship when it comes to Gennady Golovkin. They saw a seamless continuation between Gennady Golovkin's championship reign as the WBA World Champion and when he got the Super Championship designation. They didn't have any problem with that when they wanted to count those belts for him. What you have is selective confusion, is what you get in boxing. A lot of selective confusion, like kids, like when your mama tells you, "Hey, I need for you to clean your bedroom up before you go to school." and you go in there and you picked up 3 pieces of trash. Oh, I didn't know you thought you meant that you wanted me to make my bed. Well, isn't that part of making a room, making up the room, cleaning the room? Oh, well, I mean, I didn't know. I was confused. Big, hold on one second. Let me make sure I'm up to date. Oh, and yes, Shoes Sports Teachers had I slapped Devin last night. I slapped box Devin Haney last night for the record. Yeah. Hey, man, you know what it is. And Leo Shang said, Beterbiev Smith, who you going for, Martin? Oh, Beterbiev. I'm rocking with Beterbiev. All day I'm rocking with Beterbiev. What's going on, Big Supreme? How can I help you?
What's up, man?
Chilling. What's up?
All right, so this is my thing, right? I understand what you.
Where you at? Oh, I might have got rid of the wrong one. Come back up again, Big Supreme. I think I may have got rid of the wrong one because you went muted. You muted. Please come back. I think I might have hit you on accident. Because you came up twice. Just click back in, man. Click back in. Look, man, I think it's in the fights in Canada too, so there shouldn't be too much funny business. All right, Big Supreme, how can I help you?
All right, so now the WBC franchise belt. Now, the main thing they said was it has to be granted and bestowed upon you, and it has to be voted upon by the board of governors, right? It was for Canelo. Then they made it for Vasily Lomachenko. Now, the main thing they said was it can't be won or lost in the ring. Teofimo beat Lomachenko, right? He didn't get the belt. He petitioned to get the belt. So what I'm trying to figure out is how is he undisputed? How do you
Because
have
they
to
named him
petition
the
to get
champion.
this belt when you undisputed, bro?
Because they named him the champion. That's how.
All right, that's fine. But now they never named Kambosos as champion. You
Yes,
can't
they
find
did.
one article with Mauricio Sulaiman saying that he was the champion.
First of all, I'm talking about Teofimo Lopez, and you absolutely positively can. Teofimo Lopez is the one that won it in the ring. That the rule change that you're complaining about is the one that Teofimo got.
That's cap. Kambosos beat him and he never was labeled as undisputed.
Excuse me, sir. Who was the first person to have a franchise championship?
Canelo.
At lightweight.
Lomachenko.
Who beat Lomachenko?
Teofimo.
Who did the WBC change the rule for?
He had to petition. They never changed the rule, bro.
They did change the rule.
He petitioned to get the belt, and then they acknowledged it, bro. They didn't change no rule.
They changed the rule. We just talked about that. They changed the rule.
Bro.
They changed the rule.
Was Kambosos undisputed?
Yes.
That's crazy. All right, bro. All right.
I mean, what's the confusion? You know that he's the franchise champion, right?
Devin Haney had the regular WBC belt.
How did he get? He had the exactly, and he didn't have the franchise while there was a franchise. What's confusing about that?
They created a belt out of nowhere, bro. That's the confusion. The OG
they created the WBC belt that they have. The WBC belt Devin had was created out of nowhere.
How was it created out of nowhere if it's the regular
WBC belt? Because about 1962, the WBC formed the WBC and they created a belt that didn't exist. Every single solitary belt there is in boxing was created from nowhere. It just depends on when it was created. The same people that created Devin's belt out of nowhere is the same belt that created the franchise. Same people that created the franchise out of nowhere.
All right, so does the WBC franchise belt still exist?
The designation is still in the rule book, yeah, but I don't think they've named one lately, no. Just like they didn't for the WBA Super. They didn't. Do you know the WBC? They pulled that WBC belt out of nowhere for Lomachenko too. Do you know
the
that?
point, bro. Lomachenko never was recognized as undisputed.
Yes, he was recognized as the WBA champion.
Where in the record book says Lomachenko, Teofimo can boast as undisputed?
Name the record book. There is no record book. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Dude,
that's crazy.
it's not crazy at all. The WBA World Championship was held by Jorge Linares. Jorge Linares was never the WBA super champion. Never.
That's correct.
Lomachenko fought Jorge Linares and became the WBA super champion.
Why did he become super champion?
Because the WBA designated him that.
He had the IBF belt, bro.
He had the WBA, he had the IBF, he had the IBF. No, excuse me, he had the WBA, he had the WB. He didn't have anything, actually. The WBA is the first one he won.
No, Lomachenko was the IBF champion when he beat.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he
IBF,
was.
he has never been the IBF champion. Teofimo Lopez was the IBF champion. He won that belt off Richard Comey. Lomachenko has never been the 135 IBF champion. That was the last one that he was going to get, and he lost to Teofimo Lopez, who was the IBF champion. Teofimo, the very first belt that Lomachenko won at 135 pounds was the WBA title, and he won that against Jorge Linares, who was not the WBA super champion. He was the WBA world champion, which people call the regular champion. And the WBA gave Lomachenko the WBA super title, and they left the WBA world title vacant, which Gervonta Davis moved up and won against Yuriokis Gamboa.
I agree with that.
So why are you confused about the WBC?
I'm not confused, my brother. The WBC.
So then he's undisputed then. So
you trying to say undisputed is the concept? Is not like
undisputed is when you are the major champion. Because all of those guys got secondary belts. When the four major sanctioning bodies name you their main champion for the purpose of undisputed, and you hold the IBF major title, not the interim title, because the IBF has a second title called the interim title. Okay. So not that one. The WBO major championship. I don't think that they have a secondary, but if they have a WBO interim, not that one either.
I think the WBO has a super champion.
Well, a super champion for the WBO is different.
Okay.
The WBO championship for the WBO super champion is something that allows you to move up in weight. It's not a separate belt. That is truly only a designation, because Terence Crawford is the WBO super champion at 147 pounds right now, but that's not the title of the belt he has. So that's a difference with that one. The WBA has the WBA World Championship and the WBA Super Championship, and they only give the WBA Super Championship out every blue moon, which is why Jorge Linares was never that. That's also why why they had to get a WBO world champion, because the WBA super champion doesn't have any mandatories. This is just how the rules work, man. It's not me trying to hate on anybody. It's just what it is. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Talk to you later, Big Supreme. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Big Dog Willie said, Fanon, you wrong. Teo Lomo was never undisputed. And in 1998, Hulk Hogan beat Andre the Giant and won the WWF belt. Fanon, you just caught an L. Yeah, I'll take it. Fanon, you can explain it all you want. He would rather. Let me tell you the basis of this, bro. This is the problem here. This is the problem. Devin Haney wanted to be a world champion and claimed that Teofimo Lopez was not undisputed unless he fought him. And the WBC screwed over Devin Haney by not allowing him to fight first for the vacant title against against Luke Campbell. That was the first thing that that crew was upset about. Because they said, "Oh, he's the mandatory." No, he's not the mandatory. Luke Campbell's a mandatory. But they thought that they were going to get that fight until Bob Arum put Lomachenko in there, and Lomachenko stole Devin Haney's opportunity to fight for the WBC championship, which is very, very true. See, that's true. But when people add extra stuff to it, they start saying, "Oh, he was the mandatory." And Lomachenko ducked. He didn't know. The guy that was supposed to fight Devin for that title was going to be Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell was the mandatory, not Devin. But none of this is hating on Devin. This is just me not going with what you guys are saying, because what you're saying is not true. Hey, I see you, why? When you hate Teo so much, you create a delusion, and then you try to argue that as if it's yeah, I mean, that's all it is. Why in the building? What's up?
Morning, sir. How you doing?
Man, I'm well, sir. I'm having a good time today. What's up with you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, just about to go in for another 12. But
hey, man, got to get that money, dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see you talking about that Teo and Bud situation.
Yeah, man.
How do you think that fight? How do you think that fight goes if it were to happen?
Terence Crawford by like 8th or 9th round stoppage.
Yeah, I might say a little bit earlier, and it's just because, you know, I saw Teo against Josh Taylor, and he won, but at the same time I saw he was still making the same mistakes. You know, the only difference I really saw from the Sandor Martin fight and the Josh Taylor fight is that, you know, Sandor Martin had the check right hook, and Teo gets destroyed by the check right hook is what it looks like to me. That's why he got dropped by Martin 2 times, was by that check right hook. And when I was watching the Taylor fight, after about 2 or 3 rounds, I noticed, I'm like, oh yeah, nah, Josh Taylor ain't got no check right hook, so Teo's gonna be able to step in on him all night. I think that was the only difference. And Terence Crawford, that's his money punch against an orthodox fighter. He uses that to control the distance. He uses lead hand control with that lead hand. And whenever guys come in, he always throws that check right hook. He'll cuff you with it. He'll put you in a corner with it. He'll knock you down with it. He'll run you into a shot with the backhand, uppercut, all that stuff. So I just seen that being the money punch right there to set things up. I think that if Teo wants to be competitive in that fight, he needs to find a way to make Terence Crawford come to him instead of him going to Terence Crawford.
I agree with you 100%, man. I appreciate that breakdown. Why?
Yes, sir. And then who did you have for the Bivol and the Beterbiev fight?
Man, I got Beterbiev, man. I got Beterbiev,
Yeah.
But dude, they making me think something's funny up. Like, you ever had something like you see like betting patterns that are like crazy, like all of a sudden, like people are acting like so confident about Callum Smith and what Callum Smith is going to do to Beterbiev. I'm thinking something they know, something I don't know.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I'm going to watch it because I need to know what this is.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is, I just hope it's not a Sergey Kovalev 2.0, you know, because his last fight, you know, it looked like there might be a little tinker in his armor, man, because same guy, too, Anthony Yard, gave him a really tough fight. And, you know, he's getting up there. I think he's about, 39 years old, 40 years old, you know. So we'll have to see what he looks like against Callum Smith. But, you know, I hope that fight happens, man. I really do. I hope so. And
no doubt.
just one more thing. You know, I keep on hearing everybody talking about unifying the belts, but I actually want to see some of these champions defend their belts more, Because when I look at the rankings, a lot of these fighters' top fives is lethal. Man, they are. So I kind of want to see some of these champions defend their belts. You know, you said something the other day that, you know, really opened my eyes is that at 140, the only guy who has defended his belt is Subriel Matias, and that was only once. So I really want to see these guys defend their belts at 140 because I looked at their top fives. You know, you got Devin Haney in his top five. He's got Richardson Hitchens at number 2. He's got Gary Antoine Russell at number 3. Jack Catterall at 4. Jose Ramirez at 5. You look at Teofimo, he has good guys. You look at Gervonta. Gervonta has William Cepeda, 29-0, 25 KOs, 5'9", 70-inch reach at rank number 2. He's got, you know, so I want to see these guys defend their belts against, you know, some of these contenders because there's a lot of hidden gems and good fights in there. Those unknown, undefeated fighters can give you some of the best fights.
Absolutely, man, and more fights. And I agree, dude, because I just want to see more fights.
Yes, sir. I want
like
to
just get in the ring more. I didn't have a problem. Like, dude, give me some shit to do on Saturday night, man.
Right.
All of this complaining about every fight somebody has, man. Like, let me see something, man. What's going on this Friday night? You know, like we talking about this stupid ass. Like, I'm sorry, I'm talking crazy, but like, if y'all think that I really do enjoy explaining tedious ass boxing legislation, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'd much rather be talking about, man, who this dude is gonna fight and who this guy. Oh man, he got knocked out, and man, what did you think about round 2? Did you see this? I would way rather be doing that, man. But the reason we talking about this is because of the fights, because there's not enough fights.
Right.
Not just, well, go ahead.
And the other thing is that people are always complaining, you know, because they only want to see the high-profile fights. They only want to talk about the Shakur versus Tank or the Tank versus Devin. It's like, man, if you enjoy boxing, you watch boxing, man. Like, once those fights happen, what you gonna do? You gonna go away and not watch anymore because he fought him already, or what? Like, what about all these other fights, man? It ain't all about the high-profile fights. Are just gonna take time to make. That's just how it is. You gotta enjoy the sport and watch these contenders are good fighters too. You know, because Devin could fight Teofimo Lopez. People are assuming. I don't know if Teofimo Lopez is better than Gary Antoine Russell. I don't know. I don't know that.
Hey, can you hit your mute? I think am I echoing? It might be me though. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's all I want to say. I wanted to kind of steer that conversation away from the, you know, that the Devin Haney Undisputed and all that stuff, man. It
may actually eventually, if I talk about it enough, some people might actually think I'm not hating on him.
Yeah,
because,
man.
Dude, that's not hating it. Like, and here's my struggle with this, man. I need to know how me saying that Teofimo Lopez was undisputed equates to hating on Devin Haney. They've never even fought. Right. What does one have to do with the other at all?
Right.
Nothing. Teofimo Lopez can be undisputed and Devin can be undisputed. It doesn't diminish Devin at all.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Yeah. I would just say, hey, just enjoy the sport. Take the fights for how they come. I hope that the PBC gets more fights, not just the 12 or 14 on Amazon Prime. I hope they have more fights. I want to see more fights and just, you know, have a good time. Watch these fighters fight, man.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Sure.
Hold on 1 second, man. I got to do something. Shit, I got to do something. Okay. All right, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, get back, man. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Let me get some of these super chats, these cash apps for the love in the cash app. Mr. Roberts say, hey, thank you, man. Thank you, Mr. Roberts, for the $5 holler, brother. Thank you so much, man, for that support. What's going on, Mr. Pragmatic? Julius in the building with the $2. Miss Jackson or Mr. Jackson. I'm not sure if your first name is male or female, but what's going on? Thank you. I won't say your first name, but Jelius again. Antoine Russell versus Haney. Yeah, I'd love to see it. You're not going to see it, but I'd love to see it. I just want to see more of the. Now, see, here's my thing. I'm going to see. Hey, Fanon, not been on the channel a long time, but what about boxing got you into it? Oh, most definitely Ali, Muhammad Ali, and a desire to beat people up. Man, I used to, hey, dude, seriously, I love seeing dudes get, I like seeing dudes that can fight. I like watching people fight. That shit's entertaining. Watching people get cuffed, this shit is highly entertaining to me, man. Hey, I want each division to fight for the Ali trophy. Yeah, that would be great, but they can't afford it, man. Hey, that's a huge, thank you, man. Thank you, Navy 1953, for the huge $25 holler, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate y'all, man. More than you know. A lot more than you know. Such a blessing. Where my guy at? Upper echelon today. Oh, yeah, you can unblock Derek Choice. Derek Choice, I saw Derek Choice in another chat, bro. And I'm telling you, man, I have whooped cats off this panel, and I see it now. I have whooped y'all up off this panel. Fanon, Devin beats the brakes off Gary. Hey, hell no. Dude, Devin ain't never beat the brakes off nobody. Devin has not ever beaten the brakes off of anybody. I've never seen him beat the brakes off somebody. I don't think beating the brakes off of somebody's in his repertoire. I've never seen it. You let me know who he beat the brakes off of. What was that? He beat him. He didn't beat the brakes off of him. He won the fight. He didn't beat the brakes off that man. That man went 12 rounds. That man went the distance, man. Hell no, that ain't beating the brakes. Do you know what beating the brakes off somebody means? Salute to the OG in the business. Thank you, bro. To OG best in the business. Dog, seriously, I am hard to fuck with. I can't lie. Brandon Taylor, what can I do you out of?
What's up, my brother? The reason,
What's going on, man?
I'm gonna tell you the reason why it's an issue for you to say that Teofimo and George Kambosos was undisputed for Devin Haney fans. Because then it disputes their argument of saying that Devin Haney was the first, Devin Haney was the youngest, Devin Haney was this, Devin Haney was that. So if you give Teofimo Lopez credit for being undisputed, it takes that away from Devin. That's what the issue is. All right, I'm out.
All right, brother. Thank you, Brandon Taylor. Oh, well, you know, in that case, I think you're probably very right about that, Brandon Taylor. I think you're right. Nah, Brandon kicked it. He kicked it. It was cool. Dude, I'm having real conversations with people because of those buffoons I let on earlier. People don't want to act buffoons anymore. Thank you. Hey, can somebody else get up here and act a buffoon so that I can have conversations and everybody else seems so much more sensible to me now? Man, I'm really glad that guy jumped on here, man, with all of that nonsense he did. Because now, like, talking to everybody else seems so sensible. Like, everybody else seems you seem so much more sensible now. Wow, in contrast. Rollo is dead, dude. I'm telling you, man, I don't think Rollo's showing up anymore. I don't think my guy Claymore Rain. I think Claymore Rain has been beat up off of here. Sorry about that, Claymore. I'll let you have one. Ray Davis ain't been here in a while, but I see him creeping on other chats, on other panels. So, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Rollo missing in action because Rollo just done, bro. Seriously, man. Rollo, I've learned a lot dealing with Rollo. Tim, Tim, don't say it. Okay, that's not so loud. Rollo sliding on Bernard for Bill. Logic is undeniable. It's very tough, bro. It's very tough to get out of this. It really, really is. Oh, boxing hacker. Oh, God, he's horrible. In a lot of ways, boxing hacker is worse than Rollo. Boxing hacker is actually worse than Rollo. Boxing hacker, no, he wrong. Rollo is more intelligent than boxing hacker is. Here for boxing, oh yeah, he's, he blew a gasket, bro. Yes, I saw that very briefly, bro. Good for him. Good for Claymore, man. Do your thing, Claymore. Yeah, I saw. Do your thing, Claymore. Good for you, brother. Yeah, you may be able to get a win over. You may be able to get a win over there, dog. Yeah, hey, Mike, for real, dog. Like, there's this team my son plays against. Man, his high school right here. Dog, their high school is so stacked. This high school they play against is so stacked. And by stacked, I mean Kamal's been around. I saw Kamal came around not too long ago. I think Kamal got things up. There's some things going on with Kamal. And I hope Kamal as well. But Kamal's my dude. I'm gonna send him an email, just like it is what it is. Kamal got a new job. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's related to that, bro. Yeah, that's what I figured it was. Bro over here dry snitching, and who you talking about, Marquis? Who? Oh. That ain't dry snitching. That ain't nothing, man. You don't work for me. Like, Claymore Rain don't work. Claymore Rain don't work for me. Ray Davis don't work for me. I go by very briefly all kind of chats during the evening. Just look at it for a second. I didn't listen, but I was like, it's Claymore Rain. And I just kept on moving. I don't mind. Good job. You need to do that. Go and get on people's panels. Win some debates. Get some smoke out there. What it do for 9 in the chat? Chilling, bro. I don't know what's up with Fahim, though, man. Fahim is worrying me, man. I ain't gonna lie, dog. Fahim's actually worrying me, man, because I haven't seen Fahim in so long. That is actually starting to worry me. Matter of fact, let me do this right now. I wonder if I have Fahim's number. Man, I can't even remember how to spell Fahim Satur. Damn. Oh, that's because I'm in the wrong thing. Oops. Hold on 1 second. Give me a second. Oh, there he is. All right, I sent him a note. Yeah, I checked it out. Yeah, I got it. No, I was messing up because I was on another platform. I wasn't on Instagram. I got him on Instagram. So I just sent it to him. For 9, they gonna get some practice and come back and smoke boots. Smoke your boots. Not a chance. Not a chance. I'm gonna tell you something right now, bro. Not a chance. Hey, low key, Kamal looks related to you, Fanon. Yeah, kind of brown skin, kind of medium brown skin black man. We and kind of can look at each other. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, that's right. Fanon, you still have my phone number on file? Yeah. Hold on, let's see. I don't think so, Rick. Oh, Rick, I don't think I have it locked in, man. Hit me on Instagram again. Fanon, I always thought Brian Custer was your brother. I'm better looking than Brian Custer. Hell no. Hell no. Brian Custer, man. Brian Custer is an interesting dude, man. I like Brian Custer. I can't wait to see where Brian Custer lands next. That's going to be really, really fun to see where he lands next. I hope the WBA orders that Tank versus Frank Martin or Zepeda. Yeah, I hope it comes out pretty soon. Oh, you sent it in a private chat. Then I got it for sure. Hold on one second. Then I got it for sure. I just didn't lock it in my phone. Yeah, I got it. Nah, no, it's not there. Watch this. Hold on. Hey, and I'll just give you mine, man. All right, there you go, brother. I sent you mine. So if you text me, I'll lock it in. I send it to you. Fernan needs to be a ringside announcer for sure. Oh no. I don't have the attention span for that. I'm gonna miss some shit. I have a terrible attention span, so I don't really think that can happen much. Yeah, I definitely don't think that can happen. Who cares if somebody goes to somebody else's chat, bro? They don't work for me. God bless them. So what? You know what I'm saying? Fanon, did you see Boots respond to Bud? He said, you send, I'll sign it. I like that he didn't go back and forth and keeps it straight to the point. Yeah, man, that's who Terence needs. Hey, look, first of all, you can't say people are making excuses while you making excuses to not fight him. All right? And I'm not talking about Terence Crawford himself. I'm talking about anybody that says that fight don't need to take place. You can't blame people for making excuses for Errol Spence if you make excuses for Terence Crawford not fighting Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis is the IBF champion and got that man's belt. And that dude is extremely dangerous, man. He's extremely, extremely dangerous. Jorge in the building, man, with the orange, brother. Thank you, man, for that support today. Yesterday, my stepson, who doesn't speak Spanish, asked me what La Raza means, then showed me a video of Bill asking random people if Ryan is La Raza. All answers was nope. That was funny. Saludos to everybody. Best boxing channel. What does La Raza mean? I know La Raza's like, I thought La Raza was a... Every time I heard La Raza, it's like a legal... Oh, the people. Yeah, I always said the people. Is he La Raza, the people? No, he's not La Raza. Yeah. The race or the people? Okay. My race? Oh, okay. What's the Latino legal fraternity and sorority? Legal organization. I thought that La Raza was the that's what I always heard about La Raza. It's also a Chicago game, La Raza. The race, that's how Mexicans exclude everybody. Oh, well, nah, then maybe that wasn't it, because there was Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, all kind of people in that the Latino legal, that legal interest group. I guess an interest group. Boots in 11-12 versus Bud. Hey, man, we'll see it. Oh, John Raphael. Oh, that ain't no problem. Dog, everybody gets... First of all, there's people that do not get cooked over here. If your job is to try to win a debate with me, you're going to lose. You're not going to win, man. Sorry. You're not going to win. I'll elbow you in the chin. Okay? That shit ain't going to happen. You're not getting off on me. Bill begging the non-La Raza, who also an IG model for a fight. Hey, look, man, let me tell you something, man. Lulac was Lulac. I know, I forgot it was something. Where's G-Man? I hate he gives up so easy. Man, I think G-Man's probably going to stumble into a point eventually. But I know all of his games. He's run out of his games. Hablo español también. Bill have his own clothes on like a mom. What? Boots is the best fighter on the planet. Oh, Timothy Stoudemire, Boots is the best fighter on the planet. Hey, look, man, he's my guy that I want to see fight. I ain't gonna lie about that. I want to see this guy fight, and I want to see him fight several times a year. Several times a year. Oh, okay. Hold on. For now, when you kick me off, I win by default. No, you lose. Honestly, man, frequent flyer, you're not really trying to have a conversation. You're just trying to run me around the block a bunch of times, man. Okay? I'm sorry, man. I'm not fucking around with that, man. I can't. That shit. You're not really trying to do anything. You're just stalling. That's all you're doing. You're stalling. And sometimes I don't have time. That's what you're just running me around the block and stalling. So nah. You think if the argument never ends, then you never lose. Sorry, man. If you can't make your point within the first and stick to a point, then you're just not really trying to have one. That's why I respect Marcus Priest today. I appreciate it. G-Man and Frequent use the war of attrition strategy. No, Frequent Flyer does. Frequent Flyer is not making a point. He's just talking. For now, what do you think about the heavyweight Zhang and Wilder? Oh, man, honestly, man, I'm going to tell you something. I need to see some more energy out of Deontay Wilder. I need to see energy out of Deontay Wilder. I need to see some intensity out of Deontay Wilder. That's what I need to see. I don't really think he showed a lot of intensity in the last fights. That last fight. I don't think Joseph Parker really showed that much himself, really. And this exaggeration that people were putting on it. Oh, it was a domination. It was a man, please. Joseph Parker didn't have to do shit. He landed some punches. Deontay Wilder looked like he was just in the ring and walking around the ring. Didn't look particularly pressed at all in that fight. Almost looked like he was there for a paycheck. I mean, just to be honest with you, I didn't see that much. I didn't see that much either way. Zhang, that's a really big boy, and he's somebody that's really primed right now. Parker's not from the UK. Parker's from New Zealand, and he's not a bum. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. And I kind of saw it coming. That's why I said I did the video I did. I think I saw it coming. It's a gimmick fight now, no doubt. But look, man, I'm going to bounce up out of here, man. Thank you to everybody that supported on Super Chat Thursday. Yeah, it's impressive not to get KO'd in the heavyweight division fighting without that dog in you. Yeah, he just didn't have it. Adam Ali M said, Fanon, I like your breakdown on that. Yeah, you're going to have to show me some desperation, bro. He's fighting like a rich man. Ain't no joke. My guy. Hold on. I said, hey, Boots and Crawford, come on, man. Crawford by stoppage. After the fight, Boots will shine. And that's my guy, Mr. Wiley. Big time support in the Cash App, but this message being delivered through Instagram. What's going on with your brother? I can definitely catch you through the Instagram. That actually works like a mug. You know? Hey, Fanon, at least he walked out with $1 million. Yeah, I think they said 10. But, he got a lot of money, bro. At least I found a new favorite boxing channel. You talking about, who's that? Me? I hope you're talking about me. Look, man, y'all ain't whooping me in no debates, man. You just can't do it. It's not gonna work. Too well-rounded. If you're a boxing historian, I know how to deal with it. If you're just up here to talk shit and insult me, I know how to deal with that. If you're talking about fights in the ring, I know how to deal with that. I'm very well-rounded, man. I am skill for skill, the best debater on this mug. And I'm going to maintain that forever. And no, not forever, because, you know, hey, it is what it is. But look, I'm getting out of here. Rafael, I will never debate knockout boxing because he has no sense. Not does he have no sense? That's not what I meant. Because he has so much sense. But I will maintain this. Nobody's beaten me. Nobody. Okay? And I mean it. Nobody. But there are people that I will not debate because I enjoy watching them whoop y'all so much. Okay? I enjoy watching BFTB whoop people up so much that I would never debate them. KO boxing, I love seeing KO boxing whoop y'all up. No, y'all gonna have to figure out what to do with KO boxing. You all. I ain't giving I'm not putting no cheat codes out on nobody that I like. Now, if I don't like you, I will definitely put a cheat code out on your ass. And I will do, hey, who's the best trainer ever? Who's the best trainer ever? Who's the best trainer ever? The best trainer is, let's say, Eddie Futch. Let's say Eddie Futch or Blackburn. Okay? Now, if you want me to help you in your debating skills for a small fee, I'll let you know how to beat that one particular dude. Oh, Bill, you make him stay on the subject and you do not let Bill change the subject. That's how you get Bill easy. You just get Bill by asking him the same question over and over again. And when he changes the subject, bring him back to the subject every single solitary time. You just got to ask him the same question. That'll fall apart. See, what he does is he has, how do you beat Rollo? You just let Rollo talk. And eventually Rollo gonna lie about something. So with Rollo, you just keep an ear out. With Claymore Rain, you make him you insist that he makes a point. You got to make Claymore commit. That's what you got to do with Claymore. You got to make him commit. He came on your show for now, but you didn't press him. He said, Fanon, Bill came to your show, but out of respect, you didn't press him. Oh, I pressed him. Yeah, I did. Like this. I pressed him. I just, when I got what I wanted, I just left it alone. But trust you me, I pressed him. There's no, yes, there is. Blueprint from you is hang up on you. That's it. What you got to do with you is say your point and let you go. That's it. Rollo gets smoked on every platform he goes on. Oh, yeah, he's easy. I mean, but anyway, man, look. Yeah, I saw it. He's not going to get that fight, but that's you guys taking money out of his pocket because nobody wants to fight. You guys cried about the fight so much that they's like, nah, we're not doing that. And the crazy thing is that that's one of the more difficult fights for Tank. Fanon, I made Bill call into BF's live with some damage control about that monkey shit with Tank. Bill is trash to me. Great dad, horrible liar. Look, consistent liar. That's how you win most of X's. Stay on point. Don't get sidetracked. Get button. Exactly. You don't let people change. You don't let them move. You don't let them wiggle. And I'm going to tell you right now, dog, the worst dude ever to try to steal my style is that doggone boxing hacker. He tries to use logic. Dog, don't use logic with me, man, because I'm going to win. Because I am going to be logical. I'm going to be ruthlessly logical on y'all asses. That's what I like about, that's what I really do like about KO boxing, though. KO boxing is relentlessly logical. He is relentlessly logical. So there's really not much to argue about because he's relentlessly logical. You know, I may disagree here and there, just kind of like with BFTB. I disagree here and there, but really, no, I like to see, I enjoy that. I enjoy watching a good, I would never, ever attempt to diminish in any way sound logic that young black men are using. Because I think that it is our greatest weakness, is that we greatly underestimate the power of logic. Greatly underestimate the power of logic and the importance of being ruthlessly logical. Now, you can make your decision based off emotion and based off your desires once you understand the logic behind it. You know what I mean? Because overall, it's going to guide you the right way. So that's kind of my thing. And some of you YouTube channels, you guys don't use logic for shit. You use guilt trips. Oh, you're a coon. That's not logic. That's a guilt trip. Oh, you need to support your people. Oh, man, why you ain't representing for the people? That's not logical. That's a guilt trip. That's an appeal to emotion. And as soon as somebody does it, brother, that's when you let them go. That's when you got to let them go. But with that, I got to let you go. Deuces, brother. Get out. KO is logical as hell, but everything but about everything but those trash ass Dallas Cowgirls. Yeah, your emotions will cost you, but you know something. But your emotions are what makes life worth living. Emotions cost, but emotions make life worth living. You know what I mean? Why would you not want your emotions? Why wouldn't you want happiness? Why wouldn't you want those things? Anyway. Hey, Daniel Gallimore said, for the extra time, salute to you in the chat. Thank you, Dallas Gallimore. And with that, Daniel Gallimore. And with that, I'm out. Deuces. And thank you, John Raphael, because I'm going to tell you right now, I am. And certain people will not come anywhere near me. Not a motherfucking chance. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.